Check, check, check. Here we go. Damn, what a rough start, man. No clue. No clue why the audio got switched like that. But it looks like we're back. Let me reconnect um Twitter Spaces. I know you guys got disconnected. And hopefully we're good on Twitter now. Here goes that delay. So we hear it. We hear it. It is a rough start though. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but that's probably because we did that show on the road. But hey, look, rough start. But like I was trying to say when I thought you could hear me, we're here to discuss all the fights that took place on the pay per view card with David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, and the undercard. Obviously, we had some controversy with Christopher Colbert and Rayo Venezuela. Hopefully, you have your scorecard. If you felt that there was a robbery, you're not just calling in to say there was a robbery. Hopefully, you actually scored the fight and you can make a solid case as to why you think, any one man was robbed in that fight. How did you score it? Round by round. Did you score it round by round? But yeah, man, we're gonna discuss everything that is the pay per view that happened last night. We also have a nice little poll going, and that's been going for some time on our YouTube channel right here at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. We got, and you can make a Will Boxing won Canelo versus Benavidez, May 2024. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about exactly when Canelo is interested in facing Benavidez. He made it clear in an interview that he wasn't going to fight Benavidez, Caleb Plant winner this year, that his mind is set on facing, the Dimitri Bivol rematch. That's what he's interested in, the Dimitri Bivol rematch. That being said, we briefly talked about it yesterday, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if David Benavidez can beat a Dimitri Bivol. But people are calling my poll silly, is the word that I'll use, even though they didn't use words as nice as silly. But I didn't want to make a poll that had Canelo in it, as we know that he's not facing Benavidez next. We know that Benavidez is not getting an opportunity at Canelo just yet. Canelo has his eyes and heart set on facing Dimitri Bivol. That being said, if Canelo does fight Bivol, what is out there for him? And that is David. What's left for David? So those are the options that I put. David Morrell, Demetrius Andrade, Christian Mabili that just scored a big win over Carlos Gongora, and he did it in great fashion, and Edgar Berlanga. Now, on our YouTube community, we have another poll, because YouTube community allows you to have 5 options. So on our 5th option, I put Diego Pacheco as a 5th option. And we know that's not a realistic 5th option, as he's across the street. But again, there weren't a lot of realistic options out there when you think of what's next for David Benavidez. So I think that my options are realistic and, fan-friendly. David Benavidez versus David Morrell, I think that's a fan-friendly fight. David Benavidez versus Christian Mabili, I think that's a super fan-friendly fight. David Benavidez versus, Demetrius Andrade, I think people would be interested in that. And, Edgar Berlanga is the next biggest name. Diego Pacheco, those are the next biggest names available in the 168-pound division. Now, here are briefly some of the results for our poll on our community page. We got about 427 votes. We did this poll 4 hours ago. And again, on the community page, we're allowed to do 5 options. Mabili, who's a big puncher, only getting 1% of the votes. you could tell that we don't really have a lot of hardcores, right? Because this guy's a puncher. If you wanted to see a fan-friendly fight versus Benavidez, Mabili is probably who you should be picking, as he has amazing punching power and commits to those punches. Definitely fan-friendly. Diego Pacheco would be, two young guys stepping in the ring at an early age, kind of like Joey Spencer and Jesus Ramos did yesterday. Edgar Berlanga and David Benavidez have talked about fighting each other. I know no one thinks that Edgar Berlanga is on that level, but it takes fights like this to show that you belong, and a fight with the Mexican Monster and the Puerto Rican Monster, that's sellable. That's definitely sellable. There's definitely a storyline there. And then you have Demetrius Andrade, which on both of our polls, both on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice community page and on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice live, Demetrius Andrade seems to be winning. He's 59% here. David Morrell is a 30%. Now, on our poll on our live show, Demetrius is 55%. David Morrell is 34%. Christian Mabili only 1%. Edgar Berlanga 9%. And the question is, what do you want for the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez, next? So we got Ese Moro with $5 super chat. He says, even if he loses to Bivol again, Canelo can still make hella dough fighting against Benavidez and the rest of the dogs at 168. That may be true. That may be true, but honestly, I don't want to see him go up there and fight Bivol, man. If he goes and fight Bivol, we really not going to give Benavidez a lot of credit if he beats Canelo after Bivol beat him. I think Canelo should handle his business with the Mexican Monster first and then move up. Because if you move up to 75, now you lose again. Yeah, people are going to forgive you, but they're going to discredit Benavidez if he were to win. That's just my opinion. I could obviously be wrong. You guys definitely let me know in the chat if you think David will get the credit he deserves if he beats Canelo after Canelo loses a second time to Dimitri Bivol. Now, remember, if you guys want to call in, we will be opening up the phone line soon enough so you can give your thoughts on this weekend's fights and how you seen this jam-packed weekend, how you scored those fights. The number to call, 1-425-569-5241. We're also on Twitter taking calls as well as Discord. So, yes, if you want to join us, now is your time. Remember, if you're going to call in using your cell phone or your landline in your house, you have to press 1 after you connect. That's going to indicate to us that you want to rock and roll. Same thing goes for Twitter Spaces and for Discord. When you're on there, you have to request to speak in order for us to bring you on the live show and give you that opportunity to get it off your chest. So we're going to go ahead and do that and get to these calls and, open it up, because this weekend, obviously, you probably want to call in to celebrate, or you're calling in frustrated over what might have took place. So, once again, number to call, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1, one time. Voice your opinion right here, Voice of the People hotline.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
All right, well, that seems to not be connected. Let me do that. Hilarious, I swear. And once again, hit us up on Discord, Twitter Spaces, if you guys are ready to rock and roll, you know, because we want to take these calls, we want to definitely get this done.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
We're going out to the phone lines in the Bay Area. Victor, the truck driver, what's up? All right, Victor, what's going on, brother? Victor, the truck driver, seems like you had us some lobby music there, buddy. But let's see. Going out to the 219. Looking like Khalid, what's up?
Yo, how you doing, bro?
I am doing well, and yourself?
All is well, bro.
Good
All
to
right, bro.
hear.
I'm gonna get to the fights I saw because I ain't see the whole undercard. But I saw that Jesus Ramos, Joey Spencer. Hey, yo, Jesus Ramos looking like he gonna be a problem up at that 154. I like how he fight. He's looking like a problem. So, man, I think he might can get with anybody except for Charlo. When I say get with, I mean he might be a good fight, for some people. But, maybe they might keep bringing him along slow, or they might put him in the big fight soon. But, I like him. And Joey Spencer, man, he look, even though like they said on the broadcast that he couldn't make 147, he looked small up there. Like he looked a little. He might want to reconsider that 147 because Jesus Ramos was just bullying him, moving him around. Too small. Get off me. Like he really babied him a little bit. But on to the main event, man. Great fight. So I was like, so let's have a conversation about this real quick, bro. Like I had Caleb. Now David Benavidez did win to me the last maybe 8 to 11 rounds, maybe 7 to 11, and I gave the 12 to like Caleb. But if I score 1-7 for Caleb just off sheer outboxing, and then like
Yeah,
even though David was starting to catch him,
I can't score one through 7 for Caleb.
what Caleb 1 through what you have?
1 through 5 for Caleb.
1 through 5, okay. All right, all right.
And let me tell you, there's a lot of people that didn't even do that. They had it 3-2 Caleb in the first 5.
No, see,
Not
that's
5,
interesting.
not
Yeah,
5
that's
nothing,
interesting.
not 7 nothing.
That's interesting. 3-2, because like David was starting to maybe catch him towards that 4, like that 4 or 5, because Caleb had good movement. He was starting to catch him a little bit, but I could see how just like in that later round, like the second half, he just started to just impose his will onto Caleb. But Caleb didn't. Caleb fought hard. He fought hard. He boxed well. Great fight. And I'm glad to see them shake hands and give each other props at the end. That was great. That was excellent. I thought David made some adjustments in the fight that was really good. Like he was trying to catch him. He was trying to knock him out. He might have been like a little antsy at first. He settled down. He started to impose his will and kind of rough the fight up a little bit. And I don't think that went in Caleb's favor, especially when he was able to go to that body and kind of slow him down a little bit. Maybe a little too much put him by Caleb, but that might have been like a game plan. So if there was a game plan, then like he just stuck to it. But I got 2 questions for you. Like, do you think, because I don't want to see Caleb just be thrown away. I know he's going to have to fight somebody off brand and then bring him back. But do you think we should still see Caleb playing again, maybe in some more big fights? Because he's had 2 good showings on pay-per-view. Like, do you want to keep seeing him?
I certainly want to keep seeing him, but I don't think it's going to get any easier. I think, next up is like a David Morrell or, maybe even, something younger than that.
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
But I'm screen sharing 168-pound rankings. Maybe him and Demetrius Andrade if Andre doesn't do Benavidez. Him and
That's
Charlo.
it. All right, last.
Well, that is
Yeah,
your
I'm
call,
with that.
champ.
Last thing.
That is the
Oh,
bell,
go
man.
go
If you
ahead,
want another
go ahead.
call, don't worry
All right.
about it. Little $5 cash app to $ Nest GTO or $ the boxing voice will bring you back for a secondary call. You could also super chat $5 right here with the words counterpunch or the abbreviation CP. We got General Camino on Twitter Spaces. What is up?
You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Word. What's good, TVV community? Wow. Last night was a good night, man. I enjoyed the pay-per-view. Let me start from the beginning though. Who they had first? Chris Colbert and Ryu. That was a tight fight. I mean, with the first round knockdown, that I thought that would have solidified the fight for Ryu. Going forward into the
Bro,
later rounds. But
as a
Chris
hardcore,
Colbert.
how could you use the phrase solidified the fight? That was the first 30 seconds of the first round.
No, what I'm saying, I felt like it would. It didn't. Like I just kind
But
of felt like he
why?
had that.
But why would one knockdown in the 30 seconds of the first round solidify a fight? Like
Because
I think it's us that teach people how to score wrong. Like I didn't think it was a robbery. I had it 96-93 for Colbert. I know that's not the popular scorecard,
I
but
agree on that.
I
Let me
go for
backtrack because I
jabs.
think I misspoke. I misspoke. That sounds crazy. I didn't really mean it like that. With the first round knockdown, it just really wasn't looking good for Colbert. He did come back, and I felt like he outboxed Ryu. But I would have to say it was a close fight. I mean, it could have went either way. But um, let me get to the main event because I'm gonna run out of time. I scored that fight. I gave Caleb 1 through 3 and round 5 and 12. I heard a lot of people gave Benavidez 3 and 4. I thought he had 4, to be honest. 4 was a great round for him. 3, you could see Caleb almost slowing down a little bit. 4 solidified him slowing down officially, and then for the rest of the fight, it was kind of in and out. He had some good moments, but overall, he was just really getting beat up the second half of the fight. I mean, there was moments where like I literally felt like he was taking a nap in Benavidez' chest, and like the ref was just letting it go. I mean, he wouldn't let Benavidez go. It was a lot of holding too. But yeah, overall, it was a great night of boxing. I had fun with it. Appreciate you taking my call. Everybody have a good night.
For sure, man. Appreciate you calling in and obviously partaking in the show. Um, yeah, man. I know again that the Colbert that fight isn't the popular decision for Colbert to get the decision. But Rayo slowed down. you know, you don't get robbed. You usually don't do enough, and that's why you get robbed. You should not be allowing anyone to rob you. Secondly, he got a knockdown in the first round, and it's 10-8. He loses the second round. It's now 18-19. Like, dudes need to learn how to score. Somebody gets a knockdown, so what? That's 2 points. That's a 10-8. Colbert won the next round. That's 10-9. It's 18-19. It's like, a knockdown is only 2 points, man. You know, I don't know what Rayo was doing and why he was allowing himself to have those lows in the fight, but he did. He did. Um, Colbert came out aggressive and paid for it, but he wasn't afraid. That fear, that aggression, that continued. Rather than be the reason that he fought differently, he kept pushing and dropping that left hook on Rayo. I got Richard Russell, Twitter Spaces. What's up?
Yes, what up, though?
How are
Um,
you?
I'm well, man. Thanks for asking. Long time listener, first time caller. I listen to you every morning, man. I'm on the East Coast right now, but I'm originally on the West, so I ain't been able to listen to all of them, but nonetheless, I'm going to tap in on the topic. I feel the same way you feel, essentially on the Colbert topic and fight. Like you say, it was 10-8. And it was early, and it was kind of like a flash knockdown. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, we just talking scoring. It was a 10-8 round. I don't like how Rayo was like, yeah, man, I'm having fun in there, this, and the third. You having fun, meanwhile, you letting dog get the fight. You feel what I'm saying? So, feel the same way on that. And then, main event, amazing fight. I don't think that Benavidez should go fight like a David Morrell or something like that. I do feel like he needed a shot at Canelo. But, hey, amazing fight for Plant and Benavidez as well. So that's all I got. Appreciate you taking my call, and I'll be calling back tomorrow, whenever the next time we on.
All right, champ. Yeah, I kind of want you guys to give me who you want for David next. That's the reason for doing 2 separate polls, 2 separate places. Kind of trying to get a gauge for what we want as a community next, not only for David, but Jesus Ramos, Cody Crowley. You know, I did polls for those on our community page. Obviously, we can only have one live poll during the live show, but on our community, I am asking what we would want next for Jesus Ramos, and I'll screen share those options and answers right now. For Jesus Ramos, I would love Sebastian Fundora, and it looks like the public agrees. 49% of over 859 votes. For Jesus Ramos, I also put Brian Castaño. I think that'll be a good action-packed fight. 34% would not mind that. For Fundora, I said Charles Conwell. Only 6%. Magdamad Karabanov, who does have the win over Liam Smith, only 2%. Liam Smith lost to Karabanov but beat Chris Eubank at 60, still ranked at 54 at number 1 in the WBC. And you guys only said 2% of the votes 8% of the votes went to Liam. For Crowley, I asked what's next. 44% want Jaron Ennis. 13% want Keith Thurman. 12% want Conor Benn. 12% want Yordenis Urgas. 19% prefer Rashidi Ellis. For Christopher Colbert, 54% want Jose Venezuela rematch at 135. 22% want the Hector Garcia rematch at 130. 13% want Frank Martin at 135. 8% Oshaki Foster, WBC title shot for Colbert at 130. 3% want Albert Bell at 130. Now, the reason I did it like that is to keep in mind Christopher Colbert wants to move back down. So I gave you his options in different divisions. These are some of the comments. Earthquake says, give him Frank if Jose not feeling the rematch. Shout out to the Earthquake. We got Samurai Jose says, El Rayo should meet him down if Chris trying to run away. That's a good idea. Maybe meet at a catch weight since Chris wants to go back down. Mara says, I want him to drop down and get back, then move back to 135. So he wants the Hector Garcia rematch and get back, then come back up to 135. The kid already said before the fight even started that he's not staying at 135. Make no sense to try and make him stay there because the fight was close. The kid definitely won. Shout out. Colbert won. Rayo got outboxed, in my opinion. Darren Willis. Tigre, Wilder, we heard the interview. Now bite, no bark. The fans are already over the fact that you lost yesterday. Okay, so he believes Colbert lost. Anthony says Colbert won that fight. You just can't think because you got a knockdown and hurt at moments someone won the fight. Colbert started controlling the fight with his jab and moving. Yeah, Jose had his moments, but he didn't capitalize on his opportunities, so he lost, in my opinion. He got 5 thumbs up for that, and you know I am number 6, part of that. So I just wanted to give you all our polls on our community page. Feel free to go over there and vote. We're going to keep these phone lines moving. Looks like on the phone we got Matt Bent 100, Kansas City.
What's up? I had Kobo winning, like I told you last night, same scorecard, same number of rounds. Everybody, like you said in the comments, said Ryo took his foot off the gas, he got relaxed, and Kobo was trying to take the fight. He had moments. I know guys calling the fight seemed to have been I guess maybe coming out of the Benavidez camp. But I have to fight with my own eyes and make my own judgment. Cody Crowley remind me of the baby bull. Not much power. He throws a lot of punches. Like he got power. And he presses. Like, that was a good fight. You're gonna have to be careful if he goes up in class. That lack of power. He almost paid for that in that fight last night. As far as my man at 154, Spencer, I didn't say it, but I knew he was gonna get beat because of the quality of opposition and how he performed against his past opposition. He looked very small. You might want to consider going down or back down or down to 157. Then made me some money, and I bet Benavidez with the decision. My feeling going when I made my bet was that when the pressure was put on Caleb, he was gonna wilter, and he did. Every fight that I seen Caleb fought, even when he won, it seems like he's like John Pascal or Jermaine Taylor. After the 5th round, they have like an energy dump. Just go. Slow down. They just slow down. And Benavidez doesn't slow down. That's a determined young man. So I had picked Benavidez, decision him. I didn't think Caleb wanted to get knocked out. But he was taking a beating, and he hung in there, and he fought well. But the hug fest, man, it was terrible. Kenny Billis, like I said last night, they needed to sub him out, like get him out of there. There were moments in the fight I thought Caleb was gonna go down. Kenny Billis, his ass, and he didn't want him not one time for the hugging. I think Caleb's plan was to punch and then hug, punch and then hug. Devin Alexander versus the Argentinian Aitana. All right.
Matt Bent, thanks for calling in, champ. We appreciate it. Remember, you can connect with us if you want to voice your opinion. You want to call in. Let us know how you felt about yesterday's fights. Use our Discord. Use our Twitter Spaces. Those links are in the live chat. You could also call in 1425-569-5241. Don't forget to press 1 one time. I got BX the Don, $5 super chat. He says, next up for Benavidez, Charlo next up for Ramos. Fundura next up for Crowley. Barrios next up for Colbert. Garcia rematch? Okay, so next up for Benavidez is Charlo. Next up for Ramos is Fundura. Next up for Crowley is Barrios. Next up for Colbert is Hector Garcia. I don't mind Crowley Barrios. I gave that as one of the options on our community page. I don't mind Crowley Barrios. I think that's a fun fight. I don't know that Barrios gets the knockout. You know, he knocks out guys slightly under this level. Crowley, he did well yesterday. Did he take more shots than we would have liked? Yes. That doesn't mean that he's on the level of a Giovanni Santiago that Barrios did knock out. But we're going to keep these phone lines moving. We're going out to Connecticut. Cliff, what up?
Hey, what up? What up? Yeah, that was a great show. I opened up that bag of Blue Magic. They didn't even sell it to me as Blue Magic, but when I tasted it, I was like, oh yeah, this is Blue Magic right here. It was better than the event that they put on in January with Boots and Tank and Boo Boo and
Oh, wow.
Ellis.
Better than the
That was a
Tank
good one
card.
too, but yeah, to me it was better.
Mm.
I liked it better. Maybe because the main event was just so good. Like that possibly is why it was better to me. And Boots, I was looking forward to that Boots fight being better, and the dude ran from him. So like whatever. I'm not here to compare the two, but it was a good card. And I feel like Colbert was I don't feel like he won. I remember when Harrison fought, you had a close scorecard like the judges did when he fought Tim Mizzou, and I couldn't understand why. But when I'm looking at it, I feel like y'all are giving too much for these weak jabs, like these real weak jabs that don't even hurt or bother the opponent. Like y'all like.
If the jab is weak, the opponent should be able to walk you down or walk over you, and you got to understand people need to give
both of those fights. I feel like they did walk through the jab. That's how Tony got dropped, and this dude hurt. He hurt Colbert like a lot in several different occasions in the fight. He was, and if that was you, if you could choose to be one of the other people, who would you have wanted to be in that fight?
The winner, Christopher Colbert.
Yeah, you would have wanted to be the winner because of the winner. But as far as who's more sore right now, Colbert is more hurt too. But I felt like that was a robbery, and even my fiance who don't know boxing at all was like shocked by it. It was crazy, but it was a good event, and I like you put me on to Cody. I never really knew who Cody was. I saw his interview on the Voice, so I knew the bet on him, and he won, and I picked him by decision. So I appreciate that insight, and I like his future. I don't want to see him jump up too high just yet. I want to see him first Ellis. That's what I picked on the poll you had, because I just want to see him fight somebody who's good, but not the top dog, not just yet. See if he could get through that, and then let him fight the top dogs. And then as far as David goes, I don't really even know who he fights next. But I appreciate the call, man.
All right, champ. Appreciate you calling in. We got Khalid with a counterpunch coming right back at us. And real quick, Modern King Boxing. Been a member for 25 months. That's 2 years and 1 month at the prospect level. He says Canelo not fighting either unless they fight. That sucks. Let's go to Khalid. Counterpunch. Talk to me.
Yo, so I want to see Crowley fight Ennis. I think that's a good step up fight for Ennis. I want to see Jesus Ramos either fight. I want to see him fight Castaño. I think that'll be a good fire fight for both of them. I like that. As far as David and Canelo, and I don't want to be pessimistic, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it, bro. I don't think like he gonna fight him. David gonna fight Canelo for like a minute, bro. If I'm Canelo, I'm not fighting 26-year-old David Benavidez. Like, go fight Charlo, go fight David Morrell, go fight Boo Boo, go get them all out the way. Then you come to me. Now, that's not popular. I know that's not what the fans want to hear, but I want to, and I kind of want to see David fight Charlo first. I want to see him get some more fights in. I like what he did with Caleb, but I don't think he's ready for Canelo yet, man. And that's just I don't think he's ready yet, bro. I want to see him fight some different people. Let him fight an Andre. Let him get in there with that style. A David. Let him do that. But that's my call, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you calling in, man. Appreciate you calling in. We got Ain't No Show Without Info Joe, California. What up?
What up? What up? What up? What up? What's up, champ? Am I clear?
Loud and clear.
Hey, man, first things first, man. Shout out to the boxing gods. Second of all, shout out to TBV doing pound for pound work. And third of all, shout out to my goddamn self. I won the Pick'em League this week. I'm the pound for pound king of the week of the Pick'em League. I picked all my fights right but one. Shout out to Matt, too. He won, too, and he had to split the pot. But we are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losing. Y'all know the rest. Yo, I just got to gloat a little bit, man. Just show them why I'm Info Joe in the building. Yo. Got all my shit right, Ness. Yo.
Salute, champ.
On to the fights, man. Yeah,
How much you win? How much you win?
Oh man, we trying to get more people in, man. Y'all need to. The pot was only 110. This is the first week.
That's a lot.
And I had to split it
Shit.
with Matt. Yeah, for $10, shit. Can't beat that with a stick ball bat. We gonna raise the pot up, and we trying to get more people into it, man, so we can get the pot bigger though. But I had to show them what time it was though, Ness. I'm the OG of this shit, man. But on to this weekend's, man. I love the card, man. Great entertaining card. The hype, all the build-up, it was well worth it. I'm just going to go down the line real fast. For Ramos, I want Fundora. For Cody, I don't think he beats anybody in the top 5. I would like to see him. Not just yet. I would like
Nobody in the top 5?
Nah, I don't see him beating Spence, Crawford. I don't see him beating Boots. I don't see him beating Virgil. He don't got enough pop, man. But I wouldn't mind seeing him and Jamal James next. That'd be a good entertaining fight for the moment. Or Boots, man. That'd be a good, crazy style matchup. I want to see if he can bully Boots to the ropes like he was doing my guy. But Colbert, I thought it was a close fight, man. No robbery. I can understand. It could have went both ways, though. But I thought Colbert did enough to edge it. But I wouldn't be mad at nobody for saying I'm wrong on that. But it was a close fight. I don't think it was a robbery. As far as Bayless, man, you would think he was betting on the fight for Plant, man. He way over. It was times, I think it was Plant that hit Benavidez below the belt, and he wouldn't talk to Benavidez about it. He was the worst ref, man. I'll never want to see him again. Shout out to Bayless, man, but he was tripping last night. As far as Benavidez, man, great job. Shout out to Plant, too. He showed a lot of heart and grit to hang in there like that, but he was getting beat up bad. We all know that Canelo's not going to fight Benavidez next, so I want Charlo because it's all.
Come on, OG. You supposed to be alumni. We going out to Big Boss. Nino, what up?
Yo, Ness, you can hear me?
Perfect.
Yeah, man. About yesterday's fights, I ain't catch all of them, but like I said yesterday, I felt Colbert won the fight by 1 round. I think one dude said won the fight off jabs. That's crazy. If you doing what you got to do, you feel me, boxing the nigga head off, you can win the round even with all jabs. And like I said, Venezuela, he had the more powerful sequences and whatnot, you feel me, but having a good 10, 15-second burst in the round really don't win you the round, in my opinion, or just because you landed the hardest shot in the round don't necessarily mean you win that round. That's just my opinion, you feel me? And with Ramos, that was my first time ever seeing him fight before. But I think dude was a little
Jesus?
small for him. Yeah, that was my first time ever seeing him fight like a full fight. I seen highlights of him, but I ain't never just
Damn, we
catch a
gonna make
full
you a
fight.
hardcore just yet. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I ain't that was my first time watching a full fighter dude from start to finish. I like what I
He an
seen.
animal,
You
bro.
know,
That dude.
yeah, dude,
I
big.
really
He
want
big
that
as
fight with him
shit.
and Fundora.
Yeah, dude, big as shit. I like what I seen from him. I definitely want to see him in there with some of the top guys. See how he do. Like I said, it was my first time seeing a full fight. I want to probably see another fight before I want to say he could get in there with the top guys. But he definitely passing my
I
eye
mean, you can
test right
always
now.
go back and watch his old fights, baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of old fights too, dog. I was watching Shadeja Green shit, dog, like a couple days ago. I only got to watch two of them. I can't find no fights for real on YouTube. But I
Nah,
watched
she a
I
diamond in
think
the
her
rough.
name. Yeah, fool. She nice. She nice. I watched her. I think her a Mexican. They stopped in like the fifth round, and then the last fight with the Ellen girl. She was big as hell, but yeah, she definitely nice as shit. And speaking of Benavidez, everybody pretty much knew that was gonna happen, man. It was just a matter of time. But that boy Caleb was boxing the shit out of him the first half of the fight. I had it like a shutout, like at the five. But after that, that shit was over with. And that's what's so crazy, because like shit, Caleb was like really one round away from a draw on my scorecard, but he couldn't get that. He couldn't squeeze that bitch up. But like the caller, I think the caller before said David ain't ready for Canelo. I'm pretty much in the same boat. I ain't see enough just yet. I think Canelo would make easy work of that from what I seen Caleb doing to him in the first half of the fight. I just don't think he could just break down every single fighter he in front of. I think I need to see a little bit more boxing from him, even though this the punch that said he outdid the jab. I just didn't see enough from my eye test. But I ain't gonna take up too much time, man. David ain't ready for Canelo. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button. I'm gonna get out of here.
Nino, thanks for calling in. We got a couple new callers in Philadelphia, 267. Who this? Philly,
Yeah,
Philly.
this me?
Yes, sir. What's your name, brother?
B.
B? All right.
Yeah,
Talk to us, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. So yeah, I felt as though the bull beat Colbert.
Okay,
That's how I
Rajo.
feel.
You talking
Yeah.
about Rayo?
Yeah, you no, I want to ask you. You thought Colbert won?
I did. I
'Cause
got a
I
scorecard,
watched.
too. I scored it round by
You said
round.
you scored it round by round,
Yeah.
and you had Colbert winning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I thought the other bull won. Um, and
What
if
rounds
not
you gave him?
anything, what rounds did I give him? I don't remember off the top of my head, but he was winning most of the rounds. But I think the only reason why he lost, on the scorecard is because he was waiting for it's like he was waiting for counters, and he only was aggressive when he got a counter. Then he started to be aggressive, and then the rounds after he won, I felt as though he wasn't as aggressive. So I could understand maybe if they said it was a draw, but not Colbert winning.
I
I
mean,
don't got that.
if you could see a draw, that means one more round, Colbert wins. So it definitely ain't no robbery. That's just something for y'all to
No, I ain't
understand.
saying this a robbery.
No, I know
Yeah,
that. I
I ain't
know
saying this
that.
a robbery. Yeah, I ain't saying this a robbery. Um, yeah, that would be way more rounds to call it a robbery. But I just felt as though he had more of it, but it was still kind of close, and I think it was closer to being a draw than Colbert actually winning that fight. But other than that, with Benavidez, I think I want to see him fight. I want to see him fight Andrade or anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Benavidez fan, but I don't want to see him fight Canelo because I don't think he could beat Canelo, and I think he could be great fighting everybody else
So how
and
many
not
more
fighting
fights you
Canelo.
think he need before he ready for Canelo?
I mean, I'm not saying I don't know if he ever going to be ready for Canelo.
Oh wow.
Right now, three years ago, since he been calling Canelo out, I felt as though he can't beat Canelo. I still feel that way to this day that he cannot beat Canelo.
Yo, I just want you to know, one of my producers hit me up and said, yo, tell that dude he really more a fan of Colbert than he is Rayo, because you said you had it a draw. Remember, Colbert got a knockdown. That means Colbert did more than enough to make it a draw in your eyes. That means you didn't see Rayo winning. You seen Colbert come back and do enough to get a draw. He the one that was in the hole. Yeah, I'm talking to you. He the one was in the hole. Like, you can't give a dude a draw if he got a knockdown. That means you gave him 2 extra rounds. He got to get 1 round to recoup the knockdown, then another round to be on top for the draw.
He shouldn't even got that. It should have been.
But what I'm saying is, you the one saying you okay with a draw. So that means that
no, I said I was okay with a draw. I said that would have made more sense than giving it to Colbert, because it would have been closer to a draw than giving it to Colbert.
Okay, I guess I misunderstood.
Yeah, and like I was saying, I think Benavidez, he should just fight everybody else, leave Canelo alone. I think he got everybody in his division but Canelo.
Well, all right, champ. We do appreciate you calling in. I got some super chats here from St. Louis Red. $5 super chat says, Benavidez Sr. said, we have a contract with 3 fights. Boo Boo Andrade is in there. David Morrell is in there. Charlo is in there. End quote, fight hype. I mean, so that means 4 fights because Plant was in there. So I don't know, man. I don't know who's telling the truth. Robert Cassidy, $5 super chat says, just want to say what up, Ness. And I can tell you are good with those beautiful dogs. They can't take their eyes off you. Hands up emoji. Hit that like button. Yes, sir. From your text to the ears of the people all over the world. Smash that thumbs up. Spread the word. We talking boxing. We going out to Twitter Spaces. I got James, what it do in Alabama?
Yo, Ness, you hear me?
Perfect.
Yo, hey, why it seem like everybody trying to put David Benavidez in the protection plan, man? Yo, he's ready for Canelo, but we just know that's not part of the timeline. A name that you probably wouldn't think of that he could probably fight right now just to stay busy is like a Vladimir Shishkin, the same dude that beat up on Uskatiki this past fall. Was it this past fall or was it earlier this year? I'm forgetting. Might have been earlier this year. He probably could beat up on him. If not, man, he needs to fight one of the black fighters, man, to get to superstardom level to help out that Canelo fight. Preferably not Andrade. Preferably he does fight Charlo because those would definitely help the numbers.
Why not Andre?
Man, come on, bro. If you want to be honest, man, like, look, man, he's a good fighter and everything like that, but we really don't give really much about him. You get what I'm saying? Like, we really don't care. He doesn't move the needle. Okay. It's like people really will pay to see Charlos lose. That's really what's going on with them. So, and it's kind of weird that he's going to turn, and people were saying this on the back call earlier today, man. Fuck around and fight Charlo, he's going to go from a Mexican monster to a Mexican hero, which is hell.
Oh, yeah, because if he beats Charlo, yeah, I mean, I get it. Charlo is a bit of a villain out here.
So you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You cut out for a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I had a call come through. Besides that, man, Colbert needs to go ahead and fight Gary Russell and shit like that, man. You know, he just need to fight. Fight somebody else.
He can't make Gary fight him, man. Gary got to say yes.
Man, come get the fuck out of here, man.
What you mean? Right, I mean, hold on. You telling me you ain't seen Chris Colbert talking disrespectful all over social media to Gary and Gary don't answer him? You ain't telling me you ain't seen Chris Colbert say he had a contract that he signed for Gary and Gary ain't signed?
That's your problem, man. You're entertained by all these people talking disrespectful on social media. What was the energy like face to face, man? And you know he could easily go to Al Heyman to get that shit done.
I mean, he had a contract he signed, man. That's what he said. And my man don't look like no liar. He fought Rayo. He moved up in weight to fight a puncher coming off a loss. So I don't look like he a liar.
That's cool. Look, hey, before my time run out, man.
Did you just go in the Phantom Zone? Yo, yo.
And be out, man. I'm hollering at you next one.
Damn, you went through like a little dead spot right there. We heard
Yeah,
before my time ran out.
man. Keep on getting these calls, man. But yeah, Cody Crowley versus Kavalauskas. That's the fight.
Okay. Cody Crowley, Kavalauskas. That is a good fight. He's a puncher. I don't know. Can Cody get past Kavalauskas? That's a good fight. You know, if I'm Cody, though, I don't know that I'm taking that fight. I'm going to feel like, yo, y'all just putting roadblocks. Y'all don't want to give me my shot. Like, but I'm going to be real. When Ramos was the first fight, I'm like, ew, they need to do better for Cody. But, like, that was a pretty tough fight for Cody until he, you know, instilled his will. So maybe Cody does need some more developmental fights like that, you know, because I thought that would have been a lot wider for Cody Crowley rather than him getting his face looking like the way that it was looking at times in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Ooh, your shit swelled up." Victor, the truck driver, what it do?
Yo, Nessie Ness.
What up? What up?
Motherfucking Nessie Ness, what's up? What's up, my nigga? Hey, check this out. Check this out, Ness. I'm gonna go real quick because you know I got a time limit. All right. Hey, that Cody Crowley. Hey, that Ramos guy. Woo, tough as nails, baby. Hey, but I do like Crowley's. Huh?
I said that he was.
Yeah, man, he got a lot of heart, man. You know that dude, Ramos is bad, man. And Crowley, I like his story, man. Genuine guy, man, and you know, easy to root for. I totally respect him. Next fight, let me tell you, man. Hey, you can stick your your scorecards up, you know, where the sun don't shine. Colbert got his ass kicked. That motherfucker got his ass kicked, man. He knows it. Hey, come on, man. Come on. Oh, you know what? To be fair, not to Colbert, but to be fair to Rayo, it should have been a draw. I mean, you know, at least that way, at least he didn't lose. That was bullshit. You know, Colbert, man, he's a joke. All he is his own mouth. Now, the Benavidez, yeah, the Jesus Ramos, hey, that dude's a monster. And you know what? Spence is the one that wanted that fight. He wanted to fight Jesus Ramos. Oh, did he get his fucking fight? Hey, Ramos is he's a big, you see how big that motherfucker was? Ness, come on. That motherfucker was huge. Hey, so in that Plant fight, I didn't even score it, bro. And I was on record saying that Plant has no chance. And since the beginning, it was just, you know what, I compare that fight to the Chavez Meldrick Taylor. Meldrick Taylor was, you know, just you know, he's the boxer, you know, finesse and everything like that, and Chavez was just crunching him. He was just, you know, and you could see the punching was just, I mean, Plant was gonna get his, Plant just he didn't even have a hope in that fight, to be honest with you. That Benavidez is a monster, bro. He is more than ready for Canelo, and Canelo, he's just sent a message to him. That Canelo, he needs to see that shit now. There's no point him fighting over there with Bivol. He needs to fucking like drop that fight and fight fucking Benavidez. That's who he needs to fight. Because there's no point. And you're right. If he goes up there and he gets his ass kicked, which I think he will again, or even if the ball comes down to 160, he's going to get his ass kicked, no matter what. And it's not going to be fair for Benavidez. He should go after Benavidez, say, fuck the ball, let's do it with this guy. That's my call. Thank you, man.
Victor, stay safe on the road. Twitter Spaces, Polo T, what up?
Yo, what up, Ness?
What's up?
What up, Ness? Man, I don't know what what kind of drugs he's doing, but whatever he's on, he needs to lay off of it. What I was saying is, man, I wasn't really impressed. I thought, you know, the way people were talking, there would be a brutal stoppage. I don't know what fight he was watching when Plant was literally beating David the first 6 rounds, and you could tell that they weren't happy how the fight was going. I expected more of a stoppage, beat down. They're the ones that said, "Oh, we're gonna beat him more faster than Canelo did," which didn't happen. Did he even drop him in the fight?
Who?
Did David drop Plant in the fight?
I
'Cause I
don't
didn't
think
really watch.
so.
I watched like the first.
I don't think
Yeah,
so. It
exactly.
felt
And
like all the knockdowns were like slips and shit.
yeah, I mean, and then you saw that Canelo stopped him when he was undefeated. So it's like the way they were saying it, bro. It's not trying to hold the standard. It's just remember, people were saying that it was going to be a brutal stoppage, and
I
that
mean,
plan that fight was
I do
competitive.
feel like this fight was more brutal than the Canelo fight, bro.
Nah, I mean, are you sure about that?
Yeah, no.
I
To
don't know
me, he
because
beat the shit out of Plant, bro. Like
nah, he
that
didn't,
back
bro.
half
Not
was
not from pillar to
brutal to me. It
bro.
was
They said
Plant
from
on
pillar to
survival
post.
mode.
But he couldn't stop him, and they said pillar from post. I wasn't no pillar from post, but pillar from post is I don't want to put fighter, but you know what I'm talking about, man.
Come on, bro,
It,
bro.
bro, that was not no pillar post, bro. I was expecting
Let me ask you something.
a Wilder versus Fury.
Be honest too, and I know this is gonna sound like I'm taking a shot at you, but I promise you I'm not. I just want to know, Canelo's your favorite fighter?
Oh yeah, he's one of them, but yeah, he
So
is,
that's
but
why you feel like
I don't know,
that. That's
bro.
why you feel like that. Look, it's
No,
on.
no, here's the
No,
thing, bro.
I'm being honest. You don't even know that you're doing it, but it's only been Canelo fans that think this performance wasn't good enough. Like I had a dude call in yesterday say, "Yo, this ain't no monster. Monster kills his opponent. Like how you a monster? You ain't kill your opponent. Like so
Bro, but bro,
it's like
it's not
y'all
just
want more." And since y'all didn't get more, y'all using that as an excuse to say that Benavidez isn't good
man,
enough.
Ness, I don't want to hear that. These are the same, bro. The same people that were saying that he was gonna knock him out and do all that. That's the thing. I'm
Bro,
not
you
saying
gonna
that.
tell me
I'm
that
just saying
Caleb
he,
wasn't bro, Caleb was trying not to get knocked out. It's different when you purposely
bro, just
trying
drive.
not to get
Oh
knocked
my
out.
man. I don't want. I've seen worse, and the fighter ends up finishing the opponent, bro. Like I said, it's not even Canelo fans just say it's a lot of people saying it. To be fair, like I said, Ness, if you confident, just when they fight, bet the house on David, and you might not be happy afterwards. But
I hear you,
like I
champ.
said, man, it's just I'm just telling you.
I hear you. That was the bell, man. I gotta get to some other callers, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going back and forth from Blog Talk to Twitter, so just hold your place. Don't fall out because you're gonna go to the back of the line. We got Dana Jones, not to be confused with Dana White. $5 super chat. He says the business of boxing costs Rayo that win against Colbert. Next, we'll get Colbert versus Pitbull on pay-per-view, and maybe even Rayo versus Gary Russell. David Morrell is next for David Benavidez. We also got a $2 super chat from Bones13 that says, shout out to Ness for staying up past 1 a.m. last night. You already know, man, I am a super fan of this sport just like y'all, so it was nothing for me. It was a great night of boxing, and I wanted to be part of it. Adrian, what up in New York?
Ness, what it do? How you doing today, brother?
Can't complain. Great weekend of fights. What up with you?
Man, I loved it, brother. Loved it. Start from the bottom of the card. I thought Ramos did his thing against Spencer. I would like to see Spencer against like a Ocampo, maybe that guy that Sebastian Pandora fought. You know, why not? And then Chris Colbert and Rayo fought. I thought Chris Colbert won. I thought he outboxed him. If anything, it should have been a split decision, you know, because it was close. But overall, throughout the whole 10 rounds of the fight, I thought Chris was landing like the cleaner shots, whether they be harder or not. I thought he won. Go to the Benavidez Plant fight, spectacular fight. I didn't think Plant was going to get winded out or like slow down that early on in the fight. I thought he probably would have got like tired maybe in the ninth. But I got David winning like round 6 and 12 in my eyes, you know, looked more dominant. And yeah, brother, it was just fucking hell of a weekend of a fight, you know. Definitely the best fight card and this year so far. That's what you think.
What was the fighter that made the biggest impression on you for this fight card?
It has to be. I want to say the Plant and David fight. You know, seeing David step up. I feel like David could have been more dominant earlier if he was using his jab. He got like a piston-like jab. I feel like if he was using that jab earlier in the fight, just to set his pace, he could have like just took over and set up bigger shots early on. But I think the Plant and the David fight, it lived up to his hype. It was dope.
All right,
And I
Adrian.
think if Ken
Oh shit, my bad. You had took that pause. I thought
and
you was
Plant
done.
hold on as much, I said I think if Kenny Bayless wouldn't have been letting Caleb Plant hold on as much, David would have been able to do more damage as well. What do you think about that part?
Absolutely, and I'm glad David said that shit at the press conference, bro. So happy he said that because, Kenny Bellis needs to step up. I
didn't know fighters could pick the referees. I was watching the Borderway podcast. And
Yeah,
they were
you
saying
can.
that
Yeah.
Kenny Bayless favors boxers. That's why Mayweather had Kenny Bayless in most of his fights as a referee. So I think from here on, fighters when they do the negotiations should pay attention to shit like that because that could make or break certain shit, especially if a fighter is a pressure fighter and shit like that. But I didn't know that at all till like I heard that today.
Yeah,
And,
man.
I think David Morrell might be next. I read some shit somewhere that the WBA was in
That
talks.
is the bell. But what you read is that the WBA would like for David to fight David and the winner get Canelo. But, that's just the WBA president wishing that shit works out that way. But that's not the way things really work out, though. We're going to keep these phone lines moving. We got a couple super chats we got to get to. Right now, you can call us on Twitter Spaces. The link is in the live chat here on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. Both links for Twitter Spaces and for Discord. They're both here on our live chat if you want to call in. Speaking of Discord, we got Space Predator. What up?
Hello?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Hey, I think it's kind of funny. These guys calling in and they didn't even watch the fight. Oh, I only saw the first half. Canelo's my guy, whatever.
Yeah, those are not real boxing fans, bro.
What the hell? How do you comment on a fight that you didn't even watch? Anyways, with the Rayo and the Colbert, when it comes to like the street brawling, like when you saw your homies go fight in the back alley after school, I would have said Rayo would have won. But when it comes to the boxing, the round by round, I think Colbert won. But I think that's where you get different fans, where some people think that Rayo should have won, but I think if it was a street brawl, yeah, Rayo would have won. But there were good fights. The guy that impressed me the most was the guy from I'm from Arizona, so I like the
Jesus
I
Ramos.
think it was Jose Ramos, and that boy looked big against Spencer, and I don't know why Spencer chose to fight this dude because this dude's huge.
Yeah.
But that's all I got. It was a great pay-per-view, very well worth every single penny of those. What is it, $75.99 or whatever it was, and so that's all I got.
All right, brother. Well, we appreciate you calling in. Thank you for using Twitter to check in. We going out to Charles Baker, on Twitter. Thank you for using Discord. What's up, Charles?
What's up, Ness, man? Back at it, man. I appreciate all the hard work. Let me get into it. I think for Benavidez, man, I think it has to be Morrell simply because I would like to see him fight Charlo, but if Charlo ducked him before, I think Charlo will duck him now. And just seeing Charlo after the fight with the interviews, man, he just don't look like he in any condition to fight somebody like David Benavidez, man. And I'm a Charlo fan, but I don't think he's gonna fight Benavidez, man. I think it's gonna have to be Morrell because I know Canelo is off doing his thing. Benavidez looked good to me last night, man. I was a little nervous when he started off. I thought he gave Plant too much respect, but Plant, in his credit, he boxed well those first couple rounds. But Benavidez, man, he's a pressure guy, man. He just comes forward and he just seems like he's unstoppable in that sense. Him versus Canelo, I definitely think it's gonna have to happen. Now, whether or not Canelo does that, I don't know. Canelo should do it. I'm with you. I don't think he has any business dealing with Bivol, but we'll see. Already, I talked to you last night about the Colbert fight, but I give Colbert a lot of credit because he did come up to 135, and he's got a lot of heart and he's got a lot of boxing ability. I think he's right by going back down to 130. I think 135 is a little bit too powerful for him for right now. But credit to him for his heart. The guy that impressed me the most though was Ramos, and I would love to see him, Ness, and you brought this up. I would love to see him versus Fundora.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, I would love to see him against Castaño. And I know what's the name is across the street. I think what's my guy that just whooped up on Tony, the Australian guy.
Yep, Zoo.
Yeah, I'd even enjoy that fight. To see him fight Zoo. But I like that guy at 154. And is he young, Ness, the Ramos guy?
Yeah. He 22, 23. No
So
older.
And you see how big he is, Ness. I mean, I like him for 160.
Bro, let me tell you, I've been following him ever since Crawford brought him into camp. We was on him like white on rice. He lasted a whole week with Crawford. Ain't get sent back.
And let me ask you this, Ness. How much do you think he fought at last night? He looked big and strong to me, man.
You mean weigh-in? I mean, you mean fight night?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I would say, fuck. I mean, he's 54. I would say 20 pounds above that, maybe 174, maybe 18 pounds. You know what I mean?
And see, that's why
pounds.
I think. And see, that's why I think, and I'm gonna get off Ness, but that's why I think he'll be good for 60 in the future as well. If he continues to do what he's doing.
He's young. He'll definitely be at 60.
It may be even 68 in the future, but he impressed me the most last night, Ness.
All right, brother. Well, appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much, Charles. I'm going to get to some of these super chats and keep these phone lines moving. Remember, don't take your place out of line. Don't take yourself out of place by getting out of line by hanging up, because you're going right to the back of that line. You don't want to be Rosa Parks in the back of the bus. You better motherfucker stay in line. We got BX the Don. This is second super chat. $5. He said, John Ryder deserves a Canelo fight more than Benavidez. Laughing my fucking ass off. What planet does this logic come from? So, does John deserve a shot more than Canelo? More than Benavidez. Not at the moment, right? Benavidez obviously got the fucking win over Plant now. But before that, Ryder had the better wins. And, shout out to Jamel Charlo for telling the truth. He said, some reporter asked him, I think it was Danny, I'm not sure, but they like, yo, what do you think about Ryder as an opponent? He said, that's a good opponent. He said, I like Ryder. He's a good fighter. And that's what I'm saying. Some real fighters going to tell you the truth because they respect that shit. You can't beat Daniel Jacobs and beat Zach Parker and your contemporaries are going to consider you some sort of bum. It don't make no sense. Why? How? Like, what world? Huang, $5 super chat, says, why don't any of the sanctioning bodies besides the WBC recognize David as a fighter? They don't have him ranked in their rankings. Thanks. No, Huang, you're misunderstanding the way the rankings work. When you become a champion, whether that's interim, whether that's regular, whether that's full champ, you are taken out of every other sanctioning body's rankings because now they recognize you as a champion. That's how it works. We got Andre Ward's biggest fan from Sri Lanka, Danny looked ridiculous with his mink coat on at the fight. You're a hater. Bobby Shaw, $10 super chat says, David win. I'm happy for Comey for getting knocked out, but David way too big for 168. He should be a 175 pounder, and David Morrell too big, and Zurdo. What's up with Papi Chulos being weight bullies in Fundora? Bobby Shaw, if you make the weight, you're entitled to weigh in the next day, whatever you want. You the one sacrificed to make the weight. You know what I mean? That's not being a weight bully because you're sacrificing. I got Justin Beagley, $5 super chat. He says, Rayo fight proves that we need to change judging system. It was a draw. Neither got the better of the other, and that's the point of a fight. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know if that's totally correct, Mundo, man. But listen, we got hella callers. We gonna keep it moving. It looks like James Payne, Lethal in the house, Tennessee. Stand up.
Yo, it's me. How the audio be?
Straight.
Yeah, man. The ambassador of the great state of Tennessee checking in once again. And I'm rather hungry, man. I ain't ate all day, so you can go and serve me some crow if you please. You ain't got none. So delicious, so delicious. Yeah, man. I'm eating humble pie as a side too, man. You know what I'm saying? My guy Plant, didn't work out. So, kudos to Benavidez for the great performance and all of the clout that comes along with it. And for us in Tennessee, man, back to the drawing board, man. You know what I'm saying? But the grind don't stop. So, you know what I mean? Know that while a lot of y'all sleeping, motherfuckers like me is working and grinding and thinking about your ass sleeping. And we're going to get better. We're going to get smarter. And the next time, the light's going to be even brighter. You know what I mean? So, yeah, with that being said, I ain't really got too much else to say. I'm just happy to be part of TBV, man. Y'all really cheer a nigga up when I be down. And, man, when times be good, it be great to have that camaraderie and that brotherhood in the back call and stuff like that. So I appreciate the hard work.
You down?
Y'all know what it is. You say what?
Is you feeling down?
No, it be ups and downs about everything.
I'm just saying, if you're feeling down, I got a way to cheer you up, man. We could do some trivia real quick. Get you a little trivia question. Try to win you a little shirt.
What you got?
All right, hold on. Let me find my sound bites. I need the right sound bite for this. Where is it?
See, I'm driving, so I can't even Google, so I got to do this off the muscle.
No, that's how I prefer. Yeah. Truth be told, I don't like people cheating, man. That's cheating. You using Google.
Man, shit. I always heard he ain't cheating, he ain't trying, but I mean,
I should have been prepared for this because I want my Jeopardy sound, but I don't know where that shit at because we can't give you too much time.
Hey, man, I was finna third rock from the sun, and, I was going into my outro. I mean, but
go ahead. I'm going to find it and give it to somebody else.
Okay, boom. All right, so boom. Y'all know what it is, man. It's the illest, trillest, dopest boxing podcast in the entire galaxy, man. If you don't know where you're at astrologically, you need to count them off. Uno, dos, tres, third rock from the sun, man. I am James Payne Lethal. James Payne Lethal, blue collar bullet checking out. And now it's time for TBV Trivia with your host, Ness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do some trivia. So I'm going to go to a caller, and I'm going to play this Jeopardy soundbite. Okay, y'all don't hear that because I got the volume down. Here we go. We probably shouldn't play too much of it because it is a very popular 80s or 70s show, so they probably gonna flag us. But I'm gonna go to J. Will in Ohio. He's old enough, and I feel like he's a knowledgeable caller, and I'll give him an opportunity. Are you ready for some trivia, my good friend in Ohio?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's do this, man.
All right. Who is older? Bob Arum, the promoter of Top Rank, or Don King, the promoter of Don King Promotions? Who is older? Jay Will in Ohio.
Man, I'm gonna have to go with Bob Arum.
Oh, damn, I'm gonna have to get the other soundbite right there next to that says, "Ah." You're wrong. Actually, I'm gonna let you stay on because guess what? I can't go to another caller because they gonna know it's Don now that I said you're wrong. But it's actually Don. He's older by a few months. So that is your daily trivia. Yeah, what up? Oh, Jay Will in Ohio?
What up? What up, man? That's dope. That's a nice little new segment, man. I rock with that, man. That's kind of slick. On to last night though. I definitely like your boy Ramos or whatever. Old boy who beat Joey. You know, he got a little. His style is very Spence-esque. It's like he keeps plotting away. He just keeps throwing punches. He's real comfortable standing right in front of his opponent, and he breaks his opponents down. And I see a little Spence in him, which I thought was kind of unique. On to the kind of the most controversial fight of the night was the your boy
Christopher
Colbert.
Colbert.
Way. Yeah, man. I don't see him winning it. I just
you ain't score it. You ain't score it. You just want to debate, man. Get out of here.
Nah, man. I recorded the pay-per-view, man, last night. Watched it at the crib with a couple of my fellas come through, and I sat and watched it again since I've been listening to the show. Because I really didn't think it was that controversial that that Ryu should have won. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I'm listening to the show, so let me watch the fight again as I'm listening to the show. And obviously he won round 1, but then your boy Colbert came back and won round 2. Then Ryu came back and won round 3 convincingly. Like it was it was several rounds where Colbert was hurt, getting beat up on against the ropes.
Beat up.
Because hold on, man. The narrative is that
yeah, but listen, Jay
Ryu
Will,
landed a punch
getting
or
beat
two.
up on would sound like a 10-8. So you got to be careful with the words because that you're being a wordsmith.
Nah, man.
Like did Ryu win a round? Yeah, he won that round.
No. It's rare that somebody's going to get a 10-8 round without a knockdown. All the time I've seen a 10-8 round is when somebody
so that's my point. So that's my point. How could you say he getting beat up against the rope? That mean he would have got a 10-8.
No.
Right.
You see, cut it out, Ness. Cut it out, man. But no, I just don't see it going that way as far as Colbert winning that fight at all. And then especially, I think there was one card that was a big gap, and I'm like, that was wild. There's definitely no big gap in the favor of Colbert. But on to the main event.
You ain't tell us your scorecard. You being slick.
Nah, man. On to the main event.
Who next?
I think Plant had a good showing for himself, man. He represented himself pretty good. It went pretty much how I thought, but I'm kind of mad that Kenny Bayless fucked up my money because if he wasn't on, was better on his job, man, my man would have got a knockout probably around 10, around 11, and that's what I betted. I bet it specifically on those 2 rounds.
You and me both. I would have been so happy if Benavidez got that knockout, bro. My betting squad, bro, I would have hit like a 16 parlay, bro. I had every fucking thing right, bro. That was the only thing. Benavidez not getting that knockout really. I mean, I think he shook the whole betting though. Yo, Benavidez by decision was like a plus 354. Nobody was picking that. And Plant by decision was a plus 450. Nobody was betting that, bro. Nobody.
Bro,
Nobody.
I think
they flipped the fucking bookies on their head yesterday. Or rather, not the bookies, the bettors. The bettors got flipped on their head. Everybody had money on Benavidez by knockout. Motherfucking Kenny Bellis ass. Bruh, hey, yo, I seen the funniest shit on Twitter. They said, yo, I woke up this morning and hugged my son, and Kenny Bellis came in there and broke us up. Yo, that's hilarious. But champ, I gotta get to some other calls. That was the bell. Yo, this is the funniest, man. Boxing, I swear. We going out to Twitter Spaces. J or T's. What up? Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It's going to put this episode in the eyes of other boxing fans, hence getting you other callers from different parts of the world, continuing to keep this show international. Right now, we got a $5 super chat while we wait for Jay Ortiz to connect from Bobby Shaw. Second one of the day, Christopher Colbert, the next Broner. You know, I beat that boy. Bayless did a good job. Jack Reese didn't. He should have gotten fired. David was dirty with the elbows. Yeah, dirty because Plant was holding like a motherfucker. Come on, man. Y'all got to stop that shit, man. That shit was crazy.
I know my body. Yeah, I know Shakur body. Shakur know my body.
Finisher. Actually, no. We got a new caller in Houston in the 214. Who's this? 214, 214.
Hello?
Yeah.
You hear me?
Who's this?
It's Chugo the Way.
Chugo the Way. What's going on, champ?
Yeah, man, just became a champ member last night, man. Big fan, Ness, big fan.
Appreciate you.
Me and my son listen to you all the time. Man, my opinion on first of all, on the Chris Colbert and Rayo fight, man, I had Rayo winning, maybe not by much, because towards the end I feel like he was a little too careful, but I definitely feel like it was way too disrespectful for them to have it a unanimous decision for Colbert, man. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been better with a split for sure, but
Yeah, man, and as far as Benavidez and Plant, I had Benavidez winning, and he definitely did kind of get more active in the later rounds, but I did expect a little more, man. I don't think he needs a tune-up or nothing before Canelo, but he definitely got some stuff to work on, stuff he got to tweak, man. We definitely need to work on that head movement, not just rely on blocking, and we definitely got to counter more. I don't know if it was, because it was his first time against another big name that, he was a little jittery or something, but he definitely needs to get a little more comfortable on that stage.
yeah, people did say live yesterday that he looked jittery in that first round. He was taking all of Plant's feints too.
Yeah, man, he definitely turned up how he should have at the end, but I definitely expected more, and I definitely feel like he's gonna have to step it up to get in there with Canelo. I think he's ready, but he's gonna have to step it up, man, if he wants kind of that passing of the torch type of thing,
For sure.
For sure. But no. As far as everything else, man, I was really satisfied with the card. I was impressed by Ramos. It was really exciting last night, man. I think it was good for the sport, man.
I agree with
bell,
you, champ.
I know that's my time, man. Big fan, Ness. Looking forward, to being involved with the show more, man. If y'all don't mind, because I am a coach and my son being one of my fighters, give my son a follow if y'all would at @elpero_Orozco on IG.
He's a pro?
No, amateur, at the amateur level. He's only 9 years old.
Okay.
We definitely putting in that work, man.
All right, bro. Well, congrats with you and your son, and we're gonna follow that career, bro, that journey, and we hope that you continue to call in and use the platform to keep giving them exposure for sure, man. Definitely encourage that. Let me see what we got on Discord. Bougie Broward, what up? Bougie in Broward. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. While we wait for Bougie, I got Gary Pryor. Oh, what up, Bougie?
What it is, family.
What's up?
My take on the fight. First off, it was definitely worth the $80. For sure. Starting from the bottom of the card, Cody. He said get prepared for me to throw about 100 punches around. He only did that probably 1 or 2 rounds. It was a pretty good fight with Ramos. Ramos stayed in there with him. He basically fought Ramos' fight instead of him actually fighting his usual style. And I believe his trainer said, okay, we'll take the win, but I don't like how we took it. You know what I mean? It was, mediocre, I guess. I think the next fight for him should be like a Blair Cobb, something like that. I'm with Info Joe. He's not ready for the top 10 contenders in his weight class. Not at all. Give him Blair, see what he do with that and go from there. The Chris Colbert and Ryo fight. I gotta rewatch that one. You say that he outboxed him at the end when he was throwing them jab. What I didn't like about fucking Chris, bro, is the fact that when he did stung Rios, he didn't press the gas on him. You know what I mean? Like he didn't get on his ass like he was supposed to. Could have stopped him. You know what I mean? And then instead of crying to the ref, he said he getting stabbed to the body. Every time he getting stung, he getting right back on the ropes. You know what I mean? Then like that was a good fight with the other Big Ramos and Joey Spencer. That was a pretty good one. But the main event, I didn't like the ref. The ref was tripping. The ref sitting here being biased. Honestly, being biased. Didn't call anything for as far as Benavidez side. He kept holding them. Really couldn't do nothing with that. What can you do when you keep holding them? But he ended up still finding a way. Great fight. Like I said, worth $80. That's my call.
All right, champ. Thanks for calling in. We do appreciate you calling in and obviously participating. We're going out to Gary Pryor. Gary Pryor with a $5 super chat. He says PBC seems like they do the best pay-per-views. If I'm wrong, please let me know. They shows just feel so much bigger, no matter the amount of fans there. I don't know about all their shows, but I will say I feel what you're saying on this particular show. It was only like 13,700, I believe, and it felt like more. It really did feel like more from the inside, from the view, from the sound of the atmosphere. It really did feel like more people were, tuned in. But we just got done with Discord. We're going to do our rounds and go to Jay Ortiz one more time.
Yo, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó, Ness?
What up? What up?
Yeah, real quick. I'll try to make this quick. Colbert, Valenzuela. Yeah, like the last guy said. I gotta watch that one again. I was watching the fight, but I wasn't scoring it. If that makes sense.
A lot of people
kind of
do
looked
it.
like, yeah, kind of looked like Ryo edged it out, just because I'd say obviously he was landing the more damaging punches. Was backing up, had Colbert backing up against the ropes a few times. But yeah, Colbert did do some good work himself, but it's not his division, bro. I do give Colbert a lot of balls for going up to lightweight and fighting Valenzuela, bigger, stronger, obviously. But yeah, something I gotta watch again. Maybe it was even a draw, I could say, when the fights are that close. But yeah, and to the main event, damn, the Kenny Bayless dude. I actually heard before the fight that he's tend to usually favor fighters a lot. I don't know if that's true. Never really seen it because I follow the sport, so I seen him ref other fights, but I don't really see him favoring other fighters before. Like this is like the first time in all my years watching boxing. This was his bad night. So yeah, that was all that holding, man. That was kind of ridiculous. And but hey, it's not Plant's fault, right? It's the referee's job to step in and do something about it. I feel like Benavidez could have taken him out a few times, but I think the ref kind of stopped the momentum. Where, for one instance, he I don't know if you guys remember, but Kenny Bayless stopped the fight to check on Caleb Plant cut.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that, Ness. And right before that, like a few seconds, like he was prior to that happening, Benavidez clipped him with a left hook or right hook. I don't remember if it was the right hook, but Plant was some serious trouble. He was in serious trouble. And right after that, barely stopped the fight. So, that kind of screwed Benavidez' momentum. And but yeah, I mean, for sure, Benavidez does need a lot of work still. Like with his jab, I feel like he could have probably used his jab better, especially him having that long reach. Didn't really take advantage of that. He was just really trying to get after Plant. But I feel like he needs to work on his jab better and cutting off the ring, and more body shots for sure. Body shots will do more damaging to runners or like backing up, but still a good performance, still a good night for boxing. This is what boxing needed. But yeah, overall good night for boxing.
All right, Jay Ortiz. Thanks for calling in. Twitter Spaces. We're going out to DH in the Bay. What's up, Bay Area?
Yeah, what's happening? Thank you for taking my call, Ness.
What's
Always
up,
showing
brother?
love to the Bay Area, California. You feel me? Great show by PBC. Another one. We had the fam over. There was a fight in the crowd during the main event. You know what I'm saying? We had the crab, we had the steak, everything going. We had the TV on 99, so it was a great fight. I think we need Benavidez versus Canelo next. I think that's the biggest fight in boxing at the moment. I mean, it's a Mexican versus Mexican. Put it in Vegas. You have every Latino in the world down in Las Vegas on the Strip. All the tequila will be sold out. All the tacos, all everything gonna be sold out. We need that fight next. Biggest fight in boxing.
I'm with you, man.
Another thing I wanted to ask you was about Spence. About Spence's dad as the corner man throwing in the towel. Do you think that he did that to save his son, or just?
I mean, the towel needed to come in. Come on, bruv. I mean, the dude was getting killed.
I know it needed to come in, but do you think it was hard for him to throw in that towel? Do you think? I mean, obviously, he didn't want to see his son get knocked out, but I was just thinking, if it was another trainer, would maybe he let it keep going, or I don't know. I just find it kind of weird sometimes on the.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying.
Trainers,
keep going for what though? Like, he was getting destroyed.
But your son's undefeated. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird sometimes on the dads of the trainers. You know what I'm saying? Because they might have an emotional attachment to, and they don't want to see their son get knocked out cold. You know what I'm saying? But I just felt like Spence, even though he was beat up at the time, that he wasn't all the way out of there. You know what I'm saying? He was getting damage to him, but I don't know. I just think when it's like an undefeated fighter like that, you just let it play out. If he gets knocked out, he gets knocked out. But I guess some people still kind of iffy about that. You know what I'm saying?
All right, champ. Well, DH, man, we definitely appreciate you calling in. Anything else? You still got a couple seconds left.
California. Always showing love to California, man. Always showing love to the Bay. Always answering the calls, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks for calling in. We just did our landline. We're going to check our super chats here. We last stopped off at Gary Pryor, and we got a couple more. First one from Bobby Shaw. That's his third one. Let's go ahead and ring the alarm for him. Shout out Bobby. $10 super chat says, if Bivol beats Canelo and David for a Mexicutioner, call him Mexicutionator. David looked weak, has no footwork, flat-footed, and slow. Bivol got it easy. Nestor Gibbs, put the fire on Better Beef. Save Nello. Yeah, I don't know why the Better Beef Bivol fight isn't even being talked about. Like, why Eddie couldn't make it. Maybe they don't think Bivol could beat him. Maybe Bob don't think Better Beef could beat Bivol. Like, why they haven't sent offers to each other to do that, I don't know. Jaime Romero, $5 super chat says, great card. Caleb took a page from B-Hop versus Trinidad. I had him up until David got around the holding and got to work on the inside. That's exactly how it was for me. You know, Caleb had those early rounds, but then David found a way. We got 999 Driller. What up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
We hear you, brother.
Can you hear me, Ness?
Yes, sir.
Oh, all right, yeah. I can't really hear you too good, but I'll just say my opinion on everything. To start off with a Joey Spencer fight. Um, Not Joey Spencer. Um, Fuck Cody Crowley. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see him competing at the top of the welterweight division. He looked really shaky against Ramos. Ramos was catching him with some clean shots all fight. I think that his style just wouldn't work against the top welterweights like Spence, Thurman, Crawford. I think they'd all tear him apart, especially Ortiz. I don't think that fight would last too long. Um, Spencer, yeah, he basically got his ass beat. I was expecting a lot more from Spencer. Because I was watching the Anthony Durrell interview before the fight, and he was saying that he thought Spencer picked Ramos for a reason, and I kind of believed it, to be honest. He must have saw something in him that nobody else did, but it turns out it didn't work out in his favor. Um, Now I thought the Rayo and the fuck, what the hell is his name?
Chris Colbert.
Yeah, I thought him and Chris. I don't know. I wasn't really scoring the fight. I was a little bit drunk, but from what I could tell, Ryo was piecing him up. He was catching him with clean combinations, especially in the first half of the fight. And I bet Ryo by stoppage. So I was kind of hyping the first round. I thought he was really gonna pick up the pace, but Colbert got up. He's got a good chin, and he held his own the first round. So I think it was a pretty good performance by both of them. I think Colbert really showed to the world that I think the Hector Garcia fight was really a fluke, because in that fight he just kept slugging with him for no reason. He wasn't really sticking to his real boxing self, moving around the ring, staying behind his jab and counter punching. But in terms of the main event, it pretty much went how I expected. Plant was taking the early rounds. Benavidez couldn't really catch up to him, because Benavidez usually fights people that are just standing right in front of him, taking the punches and letting him and staying up against the ropes and just letting him go off. His hands are too fast for you to stay against the ropes. So, but the main thing in that fight that had me concerned was the fucking ref. Obviously, everybody says the ref did a horrible job. I think he did a horrible job. But the one thing, and this kind of is kind of off subject, but
That is the bell, champy champ. We got Alex Vega. What up? Twitter Spaces, Alex Vega, unmute. Gotta unmute, Alex. You're still muted. There you go.
Hello?
Yep.
Hello?
We hear you.
You gotta be kidding me.
We hear you, brother. We hear you. We totally hear you. Everybody hears you and your turn signal. Alex. All right. We going to numbers, Twitter Spaces.
Hey, mic check, mic check.
1 2 1 2.
What's good, yes. Man, I would have lost that trivia too. Shit, I thought Bob Arum's old ass was older than Don King, but I think the robbery of the Colbert Bryant fight was a unanimous decision, bro. Like, I could see, like, I would be more comfortable with the split decision either way, right? Because you can make the argument, for the boxing clinic that Colbert put, rather than to like the moment by moment power overload by Rayo. But so that's where I think the robbery is, the fact that it was unanimous. And for the main event, like rewatching the fight, like I think Benavidez is too flat-footed. There was times where he looked clumsy, like he was like too fat, too big, walking around, like his footing would go away. Where I was like, did Plant like check him, or did he hurt him? And so I think Benavidez versus Andrade, bro. Like I think that's an intriguing fight. Like I was looking at Andrade's record, and I mean, just like get him the fuck, get him his test, and get him the fuck out of here if he's flagrant, if he's foul, if he's fugazi. But or Charlo. I think Benavidez should go for Charlo Andrade. That'd be interesting because he's not ready for Canelo. Canelo's not about to do that.
All right. Well, Numbers, thank you for the call. Hella background noise. Guys, if you could, I mean, look, you're only going to call in for 3 minutes. You get a 3-minute call. It's your opportunity to be heard by the world. For those 3 minutes, you might want to disconnect your Bluetooth. You might want to do what you got to do so that you can be heard properly by everyone to the best of your audio quality. This way, your call is memorable and people can remember you and what it is that you said. I got C-Dub, True Roll Todd. What is going on? If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It's a way to support this show absolutely free.
Yo, how are you?
Straight.
Straight, that's what's up, man. Shout out Ness, shout out TBV, smash that like button, it's free. Do something with yourself. What can we say, man? What we gonna say, Ness? Shout out, thank you, God Al Heyman, man. Shout out PBC Showtime. Who would have thought? The company that was about to fold and shit, bringing back fight parties, right? What's the last fight party you went to, man? You heard they were barbecuing and shit, had the family over and shit. Bringing boxing back. Shit, it was a good card, man, from top to bottom. The Rayo Colbert. I was scoring it, and then I kind of got distracted after round 7. But I had Colbert after the knockdown after round 1. I had him winning every round. So that's why I think I got distracted because I saw him kind of almost in cruise control, and he was just outboxing him. But yeah, man, Ramos, 154. PBC got another one. He could fight Lubin. He could fight Danny. Maybe Danny. I like that Danny Garcia. I really like that one. But I don't think Danny gonna fight him. Shit.
Danny versus Ramos?
Yeah. I mean, I know, right?
Bro, Ramos
I know.
Ramos 17-0. Danny gets nothing from that other than us saying he's a tough dude for winning, but he don't get nothing. That ain't no title. I mean, I don't even want to waste your call. I don't see Danny doing it.
No, I don't either, man. It just was wishful thinking. I mean, I was looking at the rankings, so I'm like, what is Danny about to do? What is so? And I see him right there.
He's trying to get an old Laura.
Oh man, I don't think he's gonna get that, but he might. I mean, Danny, he a good name. So yeah, that seems like what's going to happen. The Spencer kid, he tough. He tough. So I wonder what he's going to do. He still got a good future. So he's very tough. David, the Mexican monster. What Canelo gonna do, man? He better retire, man. That's what he better do. And don't you try to save him either. He better retire. Because I was wondering what he was gonna do. Is he gonna be shy? Is he gonna be humble? And he was just coming. He was coming right at Canelo. Saying, we got to fight. We need to fight. What he gonna do in the meantime? In between time, I saw the poll. Did Andrade win on the poll?
Yeah, he's ahead on both polls. On my community page and on the live poll right here, where we almost had 1,000 votes on this one, which is sad because we don't have 1,000 likes on the video.
It's crazy, man. Well, people say, they don't know the boogeyman, and Boo Boo, You know,
That is your call. I got a super chat counterpunch from Non Driller. Non Driller. You. We're going to give him a little bit of time to connect back with us. See if he can lock in. Driller. Driller. Where are you? Where are you? JL.
Yo, Nas, you hear me?
Perfect.
Yeah, man. See, no, I would get on here and kind of talk bad about Plant, but by all the clinching and a couple low blows that I felt, maybe like two were intentional, but I want him
Oh
to
yeah,
be back.
that
Yeah,
left hook was definitely intentional. It looked like.
I want him back on TVV, so I'm not gonna get on here and criticize Plant, but definitely, man. I seen a 10-8 round. Did you see a 10-8 round in the last round for David?
Nah, man, I rarely score 10-8 rounds without a knockdown, and I never score 10-10 rounds.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna be one of the people that say I actually do want to see a Canelo Bivol rematch. And only reason I say that because I've been seeing that he's training with like 50 plus, almost damn near like 100 Kazakhs fighters in his gym. You seen that? He has like Suleiman Promotions fighters all in his gym. And I mean, I think it'd just be interesting to see, what he would look like after training and sparring with a bunch of those guys to help with that style of Bivol. But I mean, either win lose, I still would be interested in that rematch. Although, I mean, now I feel like he's more open to facing Benavidez, especially after the press conference. He seemed more open to fighting him. So I feel like it'll get made eventually in next year for sure, and it'll do numbers. But I mean, that's my. Oh, one more thing. That Breadman, he actually was about to throw in that towel in the end of the 11th round. He had Coach Larry Wade pass him the towel and he was about to throw it in, but yeah, they got out of that round with 10 seconds left. A couple more seconds, they would have for sure threw in that towel because he had
Bruh,
it in his hand. And yeah,
I
man,
don't even want to hear that because I had a fucking parlay. That shit would have made me so much money if he'd have got the stoppage.
yeah, I heard. I'm gonna about to sign up for that because yeah, I know you were like 4 for 3 or 3 for 4, I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna look into that because wait, and you said you had a 16 parlay, right? So you be betting on other sports, or is that just all boxing?
All boxing, all boxing. I had
16 parlay on all boxing. That's crazy.
yeah, bro. I had Ramos. I had Ramos. This fight, I had Ramos money line. Chris Colbert. This fight goes this distance. Not Chris Colbert to win. Just the fight goes the distance.
Yeah.
I had what was the first fight? Oh yeah, I had Cody Crowley winning by decision. Bro, I had it all right, bro. I had it all right, man. Fucking so mad, bro. Fucking Benavidez, my boy.
That's my call, man. I appreciate you taking the call, man.
Appreciate you calling in, champ. Driller, what up? Counterpunch.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Damn, I can't hear you for some reason. But yeah, all I have to say is it's not long, but about the ref last night with Kenny Bayless. If you have a problem with what Kenny Bayless was doing last night, everybody needs to go watch again rounds 9 through 12 in Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares. And just tell me and keep the same energy because it's the same people in here
Nah,
saying that
man, that Devin didn't hold that much, bro. Caleb was not fighting.
Plant was doing the same shit to survive, and Devin Haney was getting clipped by Linares all that in the second half of that fight. So yeah, that's my call. That's all I had to
I
say.
can't even believe you called back to say that, bro. Those two fights at that point in time that you're talking about, they didn't even look the same. Linares wasn't fighting for his life to land the shot on Devin and Devin holding on. for dear life. That's what we seen with Caleb, man. And if we would have got a ref that would have motherfucking warned his ass, then we probably would have got the stoppage. He wasn't even able to work because he was getting held so much. But hey man, that's what this is about. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. We going to Florida with the finisher. Finisher.
Who the finisher?
Is that not you, brother? 3, 2, 1.
Yo, yo, yo.
This is what happens when you lie
hear me?
about your name. What's your name, brother?
Fredo, man, I ain't lying about my name.
Oh shit, you right. I'm looking at the wrong caller. You right. Fredo in Central Florida.
Bro, I was staying quiet, man. I was staying quiet because I didn't know you were talking to me.
Go ahead, Fredo. My bad.
Well, going now, hey, shout out Nez, bro. I'm gonna give you a thank you, man. I'm happy you didn't cancel on your live at the Hardin, bro. You were talking about you were gonna cancel it.
Yeah.
But I'm happy you didn't cancel it, man. You had a good little thing going on over there.
Yeah, it was fun.
Chatting it up with the boys, man. But at the end of the day, man, it was a good night of boxing. Them boys are funny. All them Caleb Plant fans turning into Canelo fans all of a sudden, talking about Benavidez can't beat Canelo, this, and that. But it was a good night. Benavidez went out there, did his thing. He adapted the way he needed to adapt. He had to fight Plant. He had to fight the referee. But he did his thing, man. It was a good showing. He adapted. He proved to everybody that he's a world champion at heart, man. We know that. But that's it, man. I know you're trying to get through these calls and do your thing. Big shout out to you. Like I said, man, appreciate you not canceling and doing your thing.
Appreciate you, man. Glad that you enjoyed it. And obviously, thank you for vocalizing that, man. We're going to keep grinding, man. We out here every day. We going to a brand new caller in the 563. 563. Brand new caller. Who is this?
Hey, yo, Ness, what's good?
What up, brother? Who's this?
This Marcus. I'm a new caller. I don't know if you remember me or not, but I was out in Vegas with you back in 2018 for the Canelo Triple G.
Mark,
I was on your
where you from?
Chicago.
Chicago. What's going on?
Yeah. I actually didn't even get a chance to watch the whole fight last night because I was out in the club, so I had to leave. I had to leave so I can get my reservation because I had a little table downtown Minneapolis. But yeah, I'm gonna be out in Vegas though for the Tank Ryan fight. I got tickets and everything already set up out there. Yeah, man. Yeah, I had met you with my family. I was on your
when we had the show in Beer House.
Yeah, Beer House. It was me, my ex-wife, the Mexican girl, and then my kids. My kids still
Okay,
talk about
that's
that
what I'm saying. Someone called in the other day saying that, and I'm like, yo, was that the guy that we gave the tickets to? And that was your ex, and you were saying how that was your ex, but y'all was still there together or whatever. Yeah, I remember you, bro. How are you?
I'm good, brother. Hey, remember I told you I had to go to the joint?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just did 4 years, man.
Wow.
So I just got out a few months back. Yeah, man. Yeah, I actually got remarried to her. We actually got remarried while I was locked up.
What? So, congrats.
Yeah, man. But we all gonna be out there though. Like we got tickets, got the hotel, flights booked. We gonna be there from Thursday to Sunday. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping to link up with y'all and, you know what I'm saying, kick it again. We got throwed. We got super throw that night. Passed a few L's around. It was a great night that night, you know?
For sure, champ. Definitely, man. We out here for that date for sure.
Yeah, most definitely, brother. But yeah, hey, keep doing your thing, man. I've been listening to you since 2014, bro. So, you know, I had a little period where I was locked up where I couldn't listen to you, but coming out, seeing how you doing good now, bro, I'm proud of you, man. Like, you doing your thing, you know? I signed up as a member to be on your YouTube membership, so, you know what I'm saying? Just keep doing your thing, bro. Always gonna support.
Appreciate the support, champ. Appreciate the support. Marcus, we got you down. We will definitely address you by name now. Congratulations on being released, man. Keep your head up and keep doing your thing, man. Alex Lemon, my correspondent. What's going on, champ? How was the Comey fight? Yo, I know you mad that you about to be the first dude to talk about the top rank fights.
All right, what's up, Ness? Yeah. Hey, thank you again, bro. Ramirez Comey, man. You can hear me, right?
Perfect, perfect.
Perfect. Hey, I know I'm not here to talk about the Benavidez plant. I didn't catch it. I was busy with the Ramirez Comey fight. Man, a great night of top ranked fights, bro. Did you catch any of them?
Yeah, bro. I seen Murataya get dropped. He came back and got the knockout, but he got dropped, bro. That dude, bro,
Yeah,
that dude that he was fighting, I swear to God, every time I looked at him, he reminded me of Pete Davidson, the dude that Kanye wanted to fight. Tell me you wasn't seeing that in his face. Nah, you wasn't.
Hey, he was tough.
He was.
Murataya got the knockout. He came back and got the knockout. He's breaking that division. He's breaking into that top 10 of the division. What do you think about him against somebody like Kambosos or I say Kambosos, that's my pick, but you got Nakatani out there too. I was trying to stick with the top ranked area.
Yeah, man. It was a decent card. I watched a lot of the fights, bro, but some of them prospects, I didn't even know who they were, bro. I never heard of them.
Oh, okay. Well, you're about to. Like, one of the prospects was Jesse James Guerrero, right?
Yeah, bro. He didn't look good, bro.
Yeah.
No, he didn't look good. What you talking about? Yeah.
Bro, I thought you said it was a good fight.
Bro, homie got a draw. That's his second draw back to back. What you talking about?
What second? Yeah, I know. Second back.
Nah, homie need to go to the. He need to go to the drawing board and bro, come on, bro. He's in there brawling at 19 years old. My man got busted up. Bro, that was a brawl. Come on, bro. What you watching?
I was. That's what I'm saying. That's what he gets the credit for. No, he has a lot of dog in him.
Man, Mexicans, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy what y'all like. That dude was just fucking swinging and his head and no deep. Like, what is it that y'all like, bro? That shit wasn't, man, nah, man.
Man, Jesse James had blood coming down his face, man. And that dude was smiling, loving it. He's in there brawling. He's giving you what you want to see. But, yeah, you got to do some work on some things still for sure. All right, but what about Sinisa? About Sinisa Estrada? She was in there with a battle, too.
Bro, I got that fucking right. I picked Sinisa by decision, man. I'm so mad my parlay didn't hit because of David, bro. It's fucking crazy. I had that in my parlay. Sinisa by decision, and she got the decision.
Yeah, I would have went that route, too. She's going for that undisputed next. And don't forget Jose Ramirez. On top of the 140 division again. Jose's up there again.
Tell us.
Right?
Tell us.
So with the stoppage over Comey,
that was slightly impressive. I didn't think he was going to do it, and he did it. But, you know.
I told you that, though, right?
Yeah, you did.
But
and it's funny because I watched the telecast, and they knew, too. Comey told them he wasn't even trying to lose the 4 ounces, and, man, that dude wasn't even in it. He said he was trying to cancel the fight, and his trainer didn't let him. So that's a tainted win, man. He wasn't 100%. He didn't even want to fight.
So we're gonna taint it on Jose because this dude didn't want to fight?
I'm just saying. I mean, he was trying to pull out, and his team didn't let him, bro. That's what they said.
Professional.
That's what they said.
Yeah. Well, I know he didn't try to lose the weight. That's for sure. Or he said he couldn't, actually. I think because he didn't want to. Got to a certain point, he just didn't want to no more. He didn't want to try to lose anything else. But then Jose, lastly, I know my bell rang. Ramirez says he wants the winner, Tefimo Taylor. He said he's gonna stay at the 140.
Ramirez wants. Yeah, I mean, man, Ramirez also said, "Oh, if Regis wants to fight, let's sit down." Like, get out of here, bro. You know, you don't really want
Yeah,
to
he
fight.
said that.
You want to fight at. You want to fight at the negotiation table. You mad the WBC didn't, accept your petition?
Didn't budge on that. That was ridiculous, though.
What's
Don't you think?
ridiculous?
Like, cause when you go to the table, Jose's bringing ESPN.
Bruh.
He's bringing the whole crowd. What's Regis bringing besides the belt and 35%?
Bro, that's what the
I know you wouldn't
WBC.
accept 35%.
Those are the rules. Those are the rules. They gave Dillian White 20% with the WBC. Ramirez just didn't want a tough fight coming off of the marriage, bro.
Well, he's looking at the Tefimo Taylor winner, and then then we might have to talk again about Regis for that WBC.
I mean, that would be good, but I wouldn't. Regis has been trying to fight Ramirez for like 5 years, bro. Can you admit that?
No, that he wants to fight Jose for sure.
For 5 years,
But he's
Jose,
still not even with the belt, I feel he's
Jose,
not in a
and Rick
position.
Mirgan have made excuses why they can't fight Regis for 5 years. 5 years later, after the fucking World Boxing Super Series, after Regis has become a
Don't forget
champ,
about that.
after he became a champ, after he lost the belt, became a champ again, Rick Mirgan still on Twitter talking about Regis don't bring nothing to the table, and he got dudes like you brainwashed saying the same. Dude's a two-time champ. He's a two-time champ, and Ramirez has ducked him. He's a two-time champ, and Ramirez has ducked him now openly 2 times in the fucking public. And he still got fans like you believing him and support him. It's insane.
Come on, man. Regis is fighting on Marv Nation, bro.
He ducked him 2 times. Where you're fighting got nothing to do with who you ducking.
I don't see it as a duck. I see it as just
Oh my
like
God.
Bud. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work the table, bro.
Bruh.
It has
Like
to make
I said,
sense.
Rick
Gotta make sense.
Mirgan has been talking shit about Prograis for 5 years, telling us why he can't let Jose fight him, why Regis don't bring nothing to the table for 5 years. Come on, bro. Just let it go. You got to let it go. Like, dudes that don't want to fight, my man literally didn't take a title fight to get married, then didn't take a title fight after not taking a title fight to get married because he didn't like the percentage. Bro, like, it quacks like a duck,
Well, and
it
check
walks
this out.
like a duck. It's probably a duck.
No, check this out. It still won't make sense because if Ramirez could get the winner out of Tefimo Lopez and Taylor, why would he fight Regis for less? I'm sure that the Taylor winner is going to bring more.
I gotta
to the
let
table.
you go, Alex, man. It's sad
All right,
that
man. Hey, thank you, though. All right.
it's sad that you're brainwashed. Like you're still talking about why would he fight Regis? Because he didn't fight him for 5 years. Oh, why would he fight Regis when he could fight Tio and Taylor? He's been avoiding Regis for 5 years. Like, what the fuck? Don't you get that? Like, how is that okay with you? You guys are not real boxing fans, bro. Dude is not a real boxing fan. It's like, I'm a Jose Ramirez fan. Ramirez didn't join the World Boxing Super Series. He made excuses why he couldn't do that. Then Regis wins the belt. They try to fight. He makes excuses why Regis can't fight him. Then they both lose the belt. Regis becomes a 2-time champ. He making excuses about how he deserves more than what the WBC is mandating for every champion that wins a vacant belt. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. You dudes got to learn how to tell the truth, man. I get your little friendships, but it's not fair to the fighter that's been waiting for 5 fucking years to prove to the world that he's better than you. You know? Oh, well, why would I fight him? And, you could make more money with Teofimo. It's a bigger fight. I mean, I don't know. Maybe because a dude's been telling the world you've been ducking him for 5 fucking years? Leonardo Rodriguez, $10 super chat. This guy is ridiculous. David looked weak. He couldn't put Plant away, and the first, I guess he meant in the first half, and he was getting touched up. Canelo will sleep him. What about the elbow that busted Plant up? A lot of people, I probably am not going to be popular with this opinion, but a lot of you dudes are like feeling sorry about this elbow that I didn't see. I thought it was a headbutt. But what do you want David to do? He's trying to break free of a clinch. This is like an octopus level clinch. Like, you don't want to not let go. I'm trying to fight. You trying to clinch. Like, I mean, come on, bro. Victor, what up?
Hey, Ness.
Victor,
You hear me, Ness?
Didn't we just get to you, Victor? What's
Ness.
up?
Yeah, hey, man, check this out, man. I had to call
Victor.
back, man, to call her afterwards.
It don't work that way, brother. You got to pay your $5 for a counterpunch if you want to call in 2 times. Julian in the Bronx, what's up?
Yo, hold on, Ness. You can hear me?
Yes.
All right, I want to say this. I don't think nobody mentioned this all night. Those people who was commentating the fight, who was calling the fight yesterday, was incredibly biased for the Colbert Rayo fight. Like, they both in the 10th round, they both said both of these fighters need this round to win, the 10th round. As soon as Colbert won, they said, "Oh, this is a huge rivalry." I think Colbert won that fight. I thought he looked good. I thought he was the sharper fighter. He kept on getting hurt for some reason. Colbert, I never seen a fighter get hurt 6-7 times in one fight. Like, he would be dominating the fight. You know what I mean? With his jab, the big generalship, he would be doing good, and then he get hurt, and then Raya would get like a little flurry for like 20 seconds, and then then Colbert would step back in. I think Colbert he looked good. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of surprised. Like, he could really fight. You know what I mean? He had some mental lapses a little bit where he kind of I don't know. You remember Ness, he going in the fight and then he put his hands he put his head in his fist and he walked forward for no reason. I didn't understand why he was fighting that way. You know what I'm saying? It was just random. But I thought once he stepped in the middle of the ring and asserted himself and was kind of doing that jab, I thought he did what he wanted to do. I didn't see this big robbery that everybody's talking about. I think a lot of people, they rewatch that fight and they turn the volume off and don't have the commentators hearing like their biased kind of commentary. You're going to see that at least you're not going to say it was a robbery. I might say I would have been right if either one of them won. But I thought it was a really good fight. I thought it was really good. Yo, Ness, what do you think about Colbert in terms of his skills?
I mean, I think I scored it for Colbert, bro. I scored it live. I had it 96-93, so I ain't had no problem with his skills.
Exactly. Yeah, I thought he stepped. And I'm be honest with you, in a rematch, I think what Colbert was doing, he asserted himself. Raya was getting like random those looping shots. He was catching them. If Colbert just take his time, like Tank does, and kind of instead of trying to run in, that's what he did in the first round. And TFM did the same thing with Kambosos. Instead of just being patient, they want to be cocky and running on. That's how they got knocked down. Like, just chill and relax. I think Colbert's a way better fighter than Rayo. You know what I mean? Rayo, I didn't see anything from him that said, all right, he can fight an elite fighter. You see Colbert, that jab, his movement to the body, you know what I'm saying? His quick hands, like, he looked like he could really fight. If he just get away from the mental lapses, I think he'll be all right. Now, in terms of and Benavidez, I'm not going to lie. I didn't want to see Caleb get knocked out. I was kind of like, yo, you know what I mean? I like Caleb. I didn't want to see him get knocked out. So I was kind of happy he was holding, to be honest with you. I know you lost that bet, but I didn't want to see him get knocked out, to be honest with you. But that's it. I appreciate the call. Thanks, man.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling in. And this is Julian in New York. Let's see what we got on Discord. Davidian, Buffalo Falls. What up?
Yo, what's good? What's good, Ness? How you doing?
What up?
Not much. It was a great night of fights. Cody Crowley, I had picked him. He did his thing. It was kind of a tough fight. It was a cool action-packed fight. kind of grueling looking. But man, that was sad what happened with his dad. But I'm happy he got the win. Um, what else? The Chris Colbert and Ryu. I picked Chris Colbert, but that first round when I seen him get clipped, I'm like, oh no. I'm like thinking he gonna get stopped, but he got up, and to me, I feel like he outboxed Ryu, but it was a close fight. I mean, it is what it is. It's boxing. We see all types of stuff all the time. So it's boxing, and I had Chris Colbert. I did pick. I'm gonna eat my crow on the fights. I was wrong, so I did pick Joey Spencer, but
What?
you no. Hey, hold on a minute. I know Jose Ramos is really good, but I don't know. But once they got in the ring and you seen the size difference, I was like, oh no, this is not gonna go good for Joey because dude was, Jose Ramos. Oh, not Jose. Jesus Ramos. I'm sorry. Um, uh, Jesus Ramos is nice though. Like you were saying earlier, when he was in Bud's camp, I'm like, this dude is pretty good, and he's a lefty. I'm a lefty. Shout out to the lefties. Um, yeah, it was good though. I'm like, uh, and what else? Main event. Of course, I picked my boy Canelo, but he always starts out really good in the beginning, but it did turn out to be Benavidez getting to him and doing what he do. He's one of the best. For me, I just wanted to see from from this point forward that we get fights that fans want to see. I felt like this card was worth the money from top to bottom. So you know, um, but other than that, shout out to Benavidez, Caleb Plant. I was kind of surprised it was a lot of holding, but he survived, so I'm happy about that. I didn't want to see him get knocked out. I thought he was gonna get stopped. If it wasn't for the holding, he probably would have. But yeah, I was happy. It's just the best should fight the best at all times. And lastly, I do think, yeah, Ramirez.
That is the bell, Champy Champ. What's up? We got Feliciano. What up? Feliciano on Twitter. DJ Keith, Twitter. Keith.
Yeah, can you hear me, Nuss?
Yes, sir.
What's going on with you, man? Shout out to the boxing voice, man. Again, main event, Plant versus Benavidez. I had it 9-3. I just thought Benavidez 9-3 Benavidez. I just thought his pressure and pace was a little too much for Caleb down the stretch. Hey, Ness, I got a question for you. Just it's going on my second week listening to your podcast, so I been gaining a lot of boxing knowledge from you. Just from being around so many fighters and everything, and everybody train hard, everybody put the road work in. Why do you think fighters, or I guess we could go Caleb Plant in this scenario, constantly gas around the sixth, seventh, eighth round? Is it like you're not putting in the road work, or is it something that's like you can only reach so much, like it's a ceiling almost? Like it's just I don't know. It's
I
interesting to
don't
me because
know.
everybody.
I don't know if it's not putting in the road work or if it is. Like, I'm not with him when he's doing strength and conditioning. I would have to see and ask how
For
many
sure.
miles is he running. It could be the sparring too. Maybe the sparring is not tough enough. So because it's not you don't have any anxiety in the ring. You don't have any overexertion
For
because you
sure.
comfortable. But then when you get in there with a dude you not comfortable with, that's when that anxiety gets in. You tense up and you exert
That
more
makes sense.
energy.
That makes sense. Which one would you say is more important if it's one, like road work or what you just mentioned?
Oof, man. I think it's a combination, bro. Just from being in the gym and asking for myself when I was taking that fight, I had to ask for myself as a smoker. And I wanted to hear from trainers and insiders like, yeah, just spar more, you don't gotta run. But they never said that. They're like, no, you gotta spar and you gotta run. You gotta quit smoking because this
Wow.
sport requires a lot of oxygen.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, that's interesting, man. That's all I wanted to just pick your brain about, man. Shout out to the boxing boys. Keep going.
For sure. Yeah, man, this sport, bro, you would figure is just road work, but it also is that heavy sparring. All that matters, man. But if you haven't already hit the thumbs up, go ahead and do so. It's gonna help with the visibility of the show. Is gonna put this episode in the eyes of other boxing fans so that we could get new callers calling in here, giving their opinions on this weekend's big fights. So if you want to help the show grow absolutely free, all you have to do is share it on your social media, share it on your Instagram stories and etc. Those things definitely help. We got ourselves a brand new caller in Florida, 407. Who's this?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Who's this?
Oh, this is Sam.
Sam, where you calling in from?
Hey, man, I'm calling from Orlando.
Talk to us, Sam.
Hey, man, so I actually want to talk about kind of the thing the previous caller did about Caleb's stamina.
Uh-huh.
I feel like the reason why he's like losing like this fights, and he's an amazing fighter, but I feel, man, like he always wins like the first few rounds, like 5, 6, but after that, man, like his stamina is a problem, and it's kind of worrisome because guys that know how to cut the ring and do like pressure boxing style, they're always gonna give him that trouble because they know now that his limit, he has a limited stamina. So I feel like guys like Canelo, and Benavidez, pressure type of fighters, that they're always gonna give Caleb problems, unless they're fighters that they stand like in the center, and try to counter and all that stuff. Then I see Caleb winning comfortably. But fighters with pressure style, I think that those are gonna be trouble for him. So I feel like I don't know if he needs, a conditioning coach or something. But yeah, other than that, I don't know if Caleb, is gonna be a top dog again.
I hear you, man. That is definitely a valid question.
And for the Rayo and Chris Colbert, I was watching the fight, and in my honest opinion, personally, I feel like Rayo won. He was, to me, he was landing the cleaner shots. He had Colbert hurt quite a few times, and then he was catching him in the corner with combinations and all that. So I feel like I wouldn't call it a robbery, but I will say to me that he won the fight.
I hear you, brother.
And another thing that I was hearing is that the WBC, they're trying to make now David Morrell versus Benavidez, which is kind of absurd because David,
Yeah, that's the
he's already been
WBA. That's the
mandatory for Canelo.
WBA. The WBA is trying to
Oh,
do
sorry,
that.
sorry. Yeah,
Gilberto
and
Mendoza.
that don't make no sense to me because, like I said, he's already been the mandatory for Canelo, so it'll be kind of absurd. But if that fight does get made next, I'm actually happy about it because I think it's a hell of a fight. Morrell is actually a beast, and if they were to fight, in my opinion, I think that David Morrell pulls it off, man. But that's just me.
You think he beats David Benavidez? Wow.
I mean, that's me, man. I just feel like, man, like this kid can box. He has boxing skills, he has power, he has speed, and he knows how to work. I feel like he's more like, I know people are saying like it's soon, but we shall see. But thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, brother. We got you down, Orlando, Florida, and we look forward to you calling back in. and we'll address you by name moving forward now that we got your number and your name. Let's double check that in the 409, right? Yeah, Sam in Orlando. Shout out to you. Looks like we got a couple more callers. We're taking calls on Discord. We have our phone line open 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 only one time. That's going to get you on the show and give you an opportunity to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget, we do appreciate all those super chats. We are all caught up, and we thank everybody that definitely supports the show. Your support goes to keep the lights on. We got Dion in Marion, Ohio. What is up?
What's up? What's up?
How are you, brother?
Man, slow motion, man. Man, good weekend of fights, man. Man. I picked Rayo over Chris Colbert, and I felt like he won. But Chris Colbert, I give him props. It's in the bathroom. It's right here, then. My bad. Excuse me. Here. So Chris Colbert, he shook it off. He fought it out. I still thought he lost. He messed up my ticket. You know what I'm saying? Because I had Chris Colbert on one ticket and what's the dude that fought Ramos? That fought Spencer.
Jesus Ramos?
Yeah. When I put them two together, it was like plus 590.
Good money.
Yeah. It just didn't come through. You know what I'm saying? And Benavidez fight, I already knew he was going to punish him like that. Plant got away with a lot of holding the whole night. You know what I'm saying? He should have got a point reduction for real, but I guess that's the reason why he elbowed him. Got frustrated off of getting held and stuff. But why are you making a poll? Why ain't Canelo in that poll?
Because Canelo said he's fighting Bivol. So
He
it's
gonna
like,
fight Bivol
why
at
would we push and wish for a fight that we know ain't happening? It's like he gonna fight Bivol because he want the rematch. We can't stop that from happening. He already said in the interview he ain't fighting the winner of Plant Benavidez until May. So it's like I'm just being realistic.
Yeah, I feel you. But Canelo, he got to come out that shell, man. You got to give Benavidez. It's the same thing what you saying with the 140. It's the same thing. How many years of ducking are you gonna do?
I mean, I don't know that he's
I'm
ducking
talking
Benavidez. Benavidez just became his mandatory that hasn't ever been called. You could do what Bud does. You could do what Bud do and ask to fight your mandatory before they call him. But if they ain't call your mandatory, you don't gotta fight him.
True, but everybody want to see that fight though.
I mean, they
You know
gotta
what I'm
order
saying?
it.
Canelo gonna fight who? Canelo gonna fight Ryder, and then
That's
he
a
gonna
mandatory. WBO called for the mandatory. That's a mandatory.
I know, but he gonna fight him. He gonna knock him out probably 4 rounds.
But he
and
only
then,
fighting him because the WBO made him a mandatory. WBC needs to make Benavidez a mandatory if they really want that fight to happen.
How many rounds you give that?
John, I don't know. John has been shocking us. I ain't think he was going to beat Daniel Jacobs. I'm not no Zach Parker fan, but I ain't think he was going to beat the puncher in Zach Parker either. People were saying Zach Parker was supposed to beat Andre. John Jones in the 412.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, just a few points and like a couple questions, I guess. First one, how do you feel about trainers training 2 fighters in one night? Because I noticed with like Jose Benavidez, he was training he trained Rayo, and he trained David Benavidez.
I think the
And
same night makes it easier than not on the same night.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think it would,
As
like,
long
like,
as
I
as
think
long
with-
as they don't fight, as long as they don't fight back to back, you know, the way that it was set up, you know, Rayo wasn't the co-main. He was the fight before the co-main. Your hands ain't even wrapped. You know, that's a 36-minute window just the fight, then the post-fight, then walk into the back, then the ring. So, you know, you got hella time in between one fight. You got over an hour, basically.
Okay, all right. I guess that makes sense. I guess I'm looking at it from a perspective of just like the focus point. Like now you just went into one fight, and especially if you lost, like you know what I mean. Like now you're thinking about that loss. Like okay, what could I have done different? What could I? But
yeah, but
have to
you
snap
you
back
thinking
to-
about it as a
You know what I mean?
fighter,
Like-
not as a coach.
Well, you don't think he was thinking about that loss? Like that's what I'm saying. But I mean, I guess it didn't. I guess you're right because it worked out in their favor. But I'm just saying, like, just from perspective of just like two trainers, like you know what I mean? One trainer training two fighters on the same night. I just wonder because it's not really done a lot in other sports. That's why I'm like, I wonder how that works with like how you feel about that. And then second thing was, hold on, I forgot my second point. The pay-per-view box. If this does, let's say like, I don't know what would be good. Can the money force Canelo maybe want us to fight Benavidez sooner? Like
Probably.
If this comes out and it does, let's say.
Yeah. If you got
500,
good
you know what I mean,
numbers,
500,000 bags.
yeah, if you got good numbers, I think you can entice them.
So my point being is also, then I guess this also shifts on further to Devin Haney. So if he does great numbers against Lomachenko, it kind of forces Gervonta's hand too, because you can't say anymore you're not bringing anything else to the table other than belt.
For sure.
Okay. All right. I was just wondering like how that works, but yeah, that's my call, man. Have a good one.
All right. John Jones, Pittsburgh. We got a new caller in Nebraska. New caller, Nebraska. Stand up. Who's this?
Yo, can you hear me, Ned?
Yes, sir.
Yo, hey, I just want to tell you, major shout out to your show. My name is Trey, man. I train at B&B with the champ, Bud. But
You
hey,
said Trey?
As a real boxer. Yeah, my name Trey.
Trey, salute, man. Thank you for calling in. Talk to us.
Hey, man, salute to you and thank you for this show, man. It's dope to even have a real boxing analyst because you're one of the realest, so I got to give you your flowers. But, hey,
Appreciate
I got
it.
a real question for you. Do you feel as though that fight last night with Caleb Plant and Benavidez was supposed to go like that? Just from your perspective, like,
I mean,
do you
I
understand what I'm saying? Like,
I thought Benavidez would get the stoppage late.
yeah, okay, cool. Because me watching it too, I thought he was gonna get the stoppage too. But hey, I just feel like I got a different kind of respect for Caleb now. Because did you notice he bit down in them last couple of rounds? You feel me?
For sure. He
Yeah,
had something to prove,
yeah,
man. He
yeah,
couldn't.
but not-
He couldn't. You know, bitch up with that beef being as long as it was. He had to bite down.
Yeah. I agree with you 110%. And then, I mean, obviously we know Rayo won. You know what I'm saying? But we got to talk about Jesus Ramos more, man. I trained next to this man. Like, I know how good this dude is. You know, I watched this dude in the gym spar. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watched him for real. I feel as though Jesus got to get his respect more. You know? Like,
Definitely, man.
Why don't we want to see Jesus? Why ain't we talking about Jesus and Frandora?
Oh,
You know, that'd
we
be
are.
great.
We actually got a poll, and it's 50-something% for Jesus to fight for Honduras next. Nah, we definitely, actually, a lot of us think that he was the standout fighter of the night.
Thank you. That's what I thought, man. That's what I thought. But hey, man, my bad. That's my call. But I just wanted to put out there, man, y'all got to start showing, not you, but I'm saying the boxing world, they got to start speaking about Jesus more, man. That's all I'm saying. He made a statement last night.
For sure, man. Appreciate you calling in, Trey. Salute to you and the gym over at B&B, Nebraska. Stand up.
Man, y'all going to be talking about.
Oh, shit. My bad, champ. Hold on. I'm coming back to you. Go ahead. You said
I
what?
said y'all gonna be talking about me. I said y'all gonna be talking about me real soon, Ness. Just give me some time, man.
Yo, so you what weight class you in?
I'm an amateur, but I'm at
Okay.
56, 156.
56. Oh
Yeah.
wow, so you spar with Kato.
Con? No, I
Yeah,
ain't sparred
Kane
with Kato
Kato.
yet.
Oh nah.
Nope, I ain't sparred with. Nope. I ain't sparred with
You
him yet.
seen his fight with Tador or Tudor?
Nope, I ain't. Hey, to be honest with you, I mess with Kato tough, but man, I ain't really had no time to watch Kato because man, I had a lung injury, man. I was on bed rest, so yeah.
Nah, all good, all good. Nah, I just figured because he trained with Bomac. He had that fight on Golden Boy. That was a good fight. Listen, we got a couple callers. I see Boston. I see some other callers. If you like, damn, taking forever to get to me. That's because you ain't press one. Now is your time to go ahead and press one on your phone pad one time. That's going to let me know you ready to rock and roll. Then I could get to you. You could be like Trey in Nebraska and give your take on yesterday's fights. Who we got? Looking like we got a brand new caller in Long Island, Strong Island. Who this?
This is Rich. You can hear me?
Rich, what it do? Talk to us. Take it away.
Boxing Voice TVV shout out. Y'all do it the best.
Appreciate it.
I'm from Long Island. I'm gonna just go over these fights real quick.
You got it.
All right. So the first fight, Colbert versus Ryu. If you know how to score, Chris obviously was peppering him with that jab. Yeah, he was getting stung a bit, but Ryu just not on that level. His head movement wasn't as smooth as he thinks it is, and his corner, they was going to the corner. The corner was even telling him, "Yo, you got to pick it up. You got to pick it up." So he know he capped. Cody Crowley versus Abel Ramos. Cody looked like a monster to me, and he'd been off for a while, and he was going through a lot of stuff mentally. So I think he can compete at that 147. Him versus Boots is a really nice matchup, but he can do a lot of different things. Jesus Ramos, he's a monster, 154. 154 stat. David Benavidez versus Caleb. Let me say this. Caleb looked beautiful the first 3 rounds. His feet was immaculate, and he was upsetting David. But David got them. Kenny Bayless was fucking up. And, yeah, David a monster. And people got to realize Canelo like 5'8". For real. Canelo's a small dude. So that looks scary. Caleb fought a completely different fight than when he did face Canelo. So, like, basically after that 5th round, 6th round, he was trying not to get knocked the fuck out. So I don't know what people are talking about, that he not ready for Canelo or he not worthy. But, and also, people got to remember that David did spar Bivol, and Bivol seems pretty humble about it. And David seems a little, sparring doesn't mean everything, but at the time, he was like, yeah, he got a nice jab, but, he got work to do. He was basically telling Bivol he got work to do. So, I think at 175, David is gonna continue to grow and, really do a lot of different things for the sport. First time calling in. I'm planning to call in more, but just want to say shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in and voicing your opinion. Phone lines is open. We got Discord, Twitter Spaces. And if you're on Blog Talk, I hope you pressed 1. That's going to indicate to me you're ready to rock and roll. Go ahead and request to speak if you want to get on the show. If not, we're going to wrap it up. We almost got 3 hours rocking and going over this weekend's fights. Now is your time to get it off your chest. Call in. Let us know how you seen this weekend and these fights play out. Let me double check, make sure we got to all our super chats before we wrap it up. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. And for those that don't know, this is a podcast. You can find it wherever podcasts are at: iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and any of your favorite podcast feeders. My name is Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Catch me tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. right here, Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. on the East. Peace.